All right. Well, um, back at it again. Hey. Well, we'll just do a randomizer. Check out Asma's stream from yesterday. See who's got anything interesting to talk about. There's been like so much stuff going on with like, the news, like politics and stuff like every fucking day. So like, I'm sure there's something like I see bits and pieces on Twitter. There's always something. I mean, I'll say one thing. There is never a freaking dull moment lately. And just about as soon as you've got like your head kind of even wrapped around, what's going on, then fucking something else happens. Just all the time. So, I guess we'll see what we got. So we'll fire up a randomizer here and see what we got, right? So.
Yep, another fucking day, boys. Another motherfucking day. Oh man, excuse me.
Yeah.
And man, I was chilling for a bit. I just got back home. I've been doing a whole lot of stuff, and I was helping my dad over this morning, and now we're back in. I wasn't sure if I was even gonna go live today. I'm gonna be real. This is what happened to me. Is that yesterday? I didn't get home till like 11, and then after I got home,
yeah, that's right. His dad's been sick. Hopefully he's doing all right.
I sleep for like 2 hours, and then I ended up.
His dad seems like a cool shit.
Until like 7:30 in the morning. I woke up at 8:53 in the morning, like an hour and a half, an hour after that, because I had to deal with some phone calls and shit too. And man. Wow, bro was responding to news at like my noon time. Yeah, that was a lot. And so then I went over to my dad's, and I got some shit done for him. I had to make like fucking 4 phone calls. Actually, it was 3 phone calls for him. Got all that done, and then oh my god, I'm trying to think about what else besides that. Did all the chores and everything. Like I'm gonna be real. Like we are, like we're just basically we're going right. That's it. We're just going. And Death Stranding probably tomorrow. Ideally tomorrow, but I'll announce it probably the day before. Fall asleep on the floor. Yeah, I just ate Chipotle and passed out on the floor. I woke up and I just said, you know what? That's it. Running on fumes.
I wish we had a Chipotle here.
I'm 35.
Or even a Taco Bell.
It's it is what it is. And yeah. And so drama's hot today. Yeah, I mean like old. No, you're old whenever you're like 70. You don't get old until you're 70. Okay. If you're getting old before you're 70, that's probably because you're fat. You don't want to be fat. No. You don't want to be a fatty, I'll tell you that. And so, anyway.
That reminds me, I gotta start doing some sit-ups or something.
And I hope your dad's okay. He's doing a little bit better, right? It's gonna be a process. They basically kicked him out of the hospital yesterday, which was really fucking annoying. But basically, that's why I had to leave yesterday so early to go pick him up. Is that like it kind of just happened out of nowhere? And yeah, that's been about it. And wait till you're 50? Yeah, but I'd still say it's better. And is this Dreamer Central Committee your enemy? Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, I think like he's his own worst enemy. I mean, to me, I just talk about him every once in a while. That's it. But he got to worry about himself. And let's see here. They got to make room for the illegal immigrants. That's true. The illegal immigrants taking up all our stuff for the sex change operations to become women. That's right. And so, yeah, that's about it. Be back to 8-hour streams? Not yet. No, we got a little bit longer until that comes back. But things are going in that direction at least, which is good. I'm glad to see that. Did you see Trump using his golden tongue on the reporter today? I did not see that. Oh God.
What does that even mean?
I don't even know. I don't even want to know what that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. And how's the old man? He's doing okay. It's been a crazy fucking week. I'm gonna tell you guys that. It's been a motherfucker of a week. But at the end of the day, the end of the week, he's back home, and there's added stress with that. I was setting up this morning. I was setting up some follow-up appointments for him. Made sure he had his oxygen machine set up. I made sure that we've got the home nurse that's coming in, and we did all that stuff as much as we could this morning. I got started at like 10 in the morning. And so, yeah, I literally just got done. And that's it. Hope you're okay. I'll be fine. And yeah, I'm very lucky that I can do what I can do. And so that's it. Thor's defending against some shitters have bad intention for your dad. It's just an idiot. Like, there's no real... The thing is that, like, I don't take any of those people seriously. They're just, like, retarded little kids, man. Like, I'm
all right,
real.
good.
Like, it's just a bunch of retarded-ass little kids. And so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Great son? Nah, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, like, again, you got to keep in mind that, like, I look at those people that like talking shit. They're like bots. Like, that's like...
Yeah, just retards
like,
on the internet. Who gives a fuck what they think?
As much as a kobold offends me
Or
in
say,
World of Warcraft.
You know?
Like, actually, probably more they offend me, but not because of what they say, how they look. They're uglier than a fucking kobold. And so the fact is, I really can't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. People love talking shit. They love getting mad. That's not my problem. And, you see, I want to see who's responsible for dog shit quests in WoW. Oh, I have no idea, but really, the great son? Yeah, for sure. And so many retards, so little time. You're right. And anyway, so yeah, yesterday I had to end. Man,
Only a son, okay.
that was a crazy day. Hopefully that day doesn't happen again for a long time. But it was really rough. But you know, that's just how it is. Anyway, so today, obviously, we had a bunch of other stuff to look at and get into. I kind of cut things short yesterday because, you know, I was busy, but we're back into it. You ever going to get back into WoW, or is it a lost cause? Dude, I've been
probably
watching
not.
these clips. Everybody is talking about this fucking cinematic.
Oh, yeah.
They're absolutely, like, this cinematic is going viral. Let me actually
like
show
in
you
the
guys
worst
this.
way too.
Give me 1 second, and I can
it's
pull it up
not
and show you.
good.
So this cinematic is making World of Warcraft go absolutely viral in the year 2025.
Take care of
You
all the stuff.
thought it
Yes.
wouldn't happen? I'm gonna be honest. Neither did I. But here we are. And so let's take a look and watch this cinematic. This is the cinematic. Yep, guys, get ready. You ready? No, you're not. Let's watch it.
I saw this on Twitter yesterday, I think.
Stop this! Dinah fought to save all of Azeroth. He sold us out so the Alliance and Horde could wage war in Parzalgar.
So why was it there? But then here it's there.
Sold us out so the Alliance and Horde could wage war in Parzalgar.
It's so retarded.
Never understand.
They'll never understand me.
Yeah.
Damn. Shield slam.
Wait a minute, what?
We'll rise again.
Oh, he'll probably.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Do not make her a martyr.
Oh, Baldy coming in.
Our history will read. Faerun,
This is real, guys.
true
This isn't.
daughter of the Arathi,
This is real.
allowed Marin to live without her title and name. The Red Dawn vanished from the Highlands forever.
This
Do you remember whenever the game was cool and instead of people wearing glasses, they just wore a blindfold and they could sense the demonic energy around them? And that allowed them to have a daredevil level of awareness that actually gave them a insight that was greater than what they had originally begun with. Same with Drekthar the Farseer. Yeah, and now we have this
stupid
fucking
bitch
lame
glasses.
ass- Bro, you've got these girls wearing fucking hipster glasses in
Yeah.
World of Warcraft. What
What
kind
the
of
fuck?
cringe bullshit is this? This is so pathetic. Oh my god. This is Reddit content. I can't even believe this.
Oh my god, it is.
this is not over.
Oh my god. Who the fuck wants to see this?
Nobody.
Yeah, and so
That was it.
That's by
That's
the way,
the
that's
cinematic.
That's the whole thing, guys. There
That's
it
not
is.
how cinematics
That
are
was
supposed to
it.
look
And
at
so
all,
this
for
video
starters.
right here has, believe it or not, 3 million views. This is the most attention World of Warcraft has
If you
gotten.
could downvote it, I
Probably
wonder
since
how
they
many
got
times it would have gotten
stealing breast
downvoted.
milk. So let's go take a look, and we're going to look at some of the engagements here and the things that people are saying.
I was
Because,
not impressed.
Obviously, a lot of people are pretty opinionated about this. And then, oh yeah, this is the way, guys. And keep in mind, this was during Battle for Azeroth. This wasn't even during the Golden Ages. This was just during BFA.
Yeah, see, that was a cinematic. This is just some fucking bullshit.
Oh shit! And there it is, guys. That's the way of the world. Yep. What the happened?
Yeah.
To
What the
game
fuck?
I love.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Can we go back to storylines about genociding other races for fun? This gay Tumblr writing is so overdone. World of Warcraft is such a good IP that gets ruined year after year by self-fucking hating people. Yes, exactly. A retarded monkey could do a better job. A blind retarded monkey could make World of Warcraft the game it's supposed to be in a year. Sadly, it will continue to be lame and gay. Oh my god. This is how we started.
I didn't write that post, but I definitely
I don't know what to say, guys. But that's it.
can
Metzen fix it? I don't know, but he's really got a long road
I can feel what that
ahead
guy
of
was
him, I'll
saying
tell
for
you
sure.
that. And
Definitely
I don't
commiserate
even know
with
what the fuck
that.
to say about this.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh my god. Google LinkedIn. I'm not gonna Google some fucking idiot's LinkedIn. I'm sure that there's a million.
I'm just gonna say right now that I knew the game was fucking cooked at Dragonflight. Ugh. What the fuck did they do to the game? It's called World of Warcraft. It's supposed to be a bunch of big ass dudes beating the fuck out of each other. That's the whole fucking premise of the game. It always has been. But somewhere along the lines, relatively recently, say in the last 5 years or so, in particular, boy, it's sure taken a strange turn compared to what it was. I am glad that I am not paying for a sub for World of Warcraft anymore. And it's been a little while. But this kind of shit doesn't exactly entice me to resub and go play that game. Like, not at all. I don't think that's going to happen. Something significant would have to change. Big time.
Woke, annoying, obnoxious people that work at Blizzard. I don't need to look at LinkedIn. All I need to do is look at what they're making, and I know that. As used to always, like, I met Heel versus Babyface whenever he made WoW only videos, and now he says the actual fuck is this shit, bro. Like, I haven't said in years. I play on a private server. So cool how every game is bad now as black lesbians. Bro, people are just tired of this fucking shit, man. This whole cutscene looks like when people would make the Sims 2 music videos on YouTube 2010. That is an insult.
Ooh.
This was made by some teenager 2008, okay? Yeah, keep this in mind. Some fucking little ass kid made this in 2008 with a toaster. This guy made this on a CRT monitor with 4:3 resolution. Okay?
He might have.
This video is from WoW. That's right, guys. It was McConnell. How much do you want to bet McConnell watched this?
McConnell's definitely seen that. I'm actually surprised I haven't seen this one.
There you go.
Understand. For Erythor! The Red Dawn.
Whap, that's it? That's the whole fight. My fucking god, what the hell is that shit? Are you kidding me? Jesus. These guys are going fucking Super Saiyan over here. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
It's actually worse
Yeah.
than a fan-made video
From 18 years ago.
2008. This
17.
is so fucking pathetic.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
even know what to say. Oh my God. Why is she just standing there? This is pathetic. People ask me, oh, why aren't you playing WoW? Why aren't you playing WoW? Because this game is cringe.
Because
It's
did you
so
just,
fucking lame, bro. Oh my God.
I'm not playing that shit.
Will you answer World of Warcraft? No, I don't think I'm gonna have time for it, bro. Like, yeah, I just don't have I got a feeling it's not gonna happen. Talentless freaks are creating stories for us. No, they're not creating stories for us. They're putting themselves in stories for us.
Yeah.
Which, trust me, is
It's
even
worse.
And so, yep, there we go, guys. That is World of Warcraft in the year 2025. This game is a humiliation ritual. I don't even know what to say. And also, by the way, yes, you're right.
Oh, did I miss one of the fucking blowy uppy things?
Just for old time's sake. This is another 4 years ago. Literal 4 years ago, fan-made video.
We're gonna open a jar. Easy. Now you try. First, get a jar. Patrick, that's it.
Yes.
Ooh, hookshot. All right. We got a game now. I don't think I've ever seen this
This is
before.
made by a random guy. Yeah. Yeah. Just a random guy just put this together.
Not really see what this has to do with SpongeBob.
Just keep in mind the video. Look at the graphics. They're absolutely terrible. And nobody cares. It doesn't matter. It's about the soul, the energy, the spirit. The aura. It gets better.
Jeez.
Yep.
This is definitely more awe-inspiring than whatever bullshit Blitz just came out with, that's for sure. It's weird as hell, but
From that day onwards, he was known as Patrick the Pure and spent the last of his life purifying the land.
You need a jar.
man, I had to stop and watch that for a second. Yeah.
Understand. For Erethdor!
And that's just it. What in the hell kind of bullshit is that? Come
What a
on.
pathetic bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What the hell is
Jesus.
going on? What the fuck happened? This is insane, man. I think you guys just grew up. No, bro, the problem is that we had people that think they're grown-ups that want to write these annoying, boring PR, HR stories, and they don't know about the real quality.
Yeah, the one bitch looks
They
like
don't
she
know
is
about
from
that
HR.
real shit. They're into this garbage. That's the problem, is you got people, you got millennials in here. How much you want to bet the person that wrote this story is a fucking millennial? $1 million.
All of my money.
Probably $100 million. It's a millennial that put this shit together. Absolutely, a Disney adult. Yeah, that's the problem. That's where we're at. And so anyway, and somebody even tags me. It's never coming back, is it?
No, it's not.
Oh,
not if this shit keeps going on.
That's a fucking fact, right? Watch Varian in the Undercity. Guys, there's a million cinematics we could watch. I just wanted to show that one. Started from here, and now we're at the bottom. Actually, that's not true. The next patch could be even worse.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, I figured I'd show you guys that because this is where we're at right now.
What
this
the fuck?
is this is World of Warcraft.
Oh my
in case
God.
anybody was thinking about playing the game again.
Nope.
Just a little inoculation there about what you want to avoid.
No, we just play in
there
private
you
servers
go.
instead.
And,
That don't have that
Millennial
shit.
Soy Boy wanting good boy points from his Discord kitten. Yeah, and it turned into a Discord hog. That's the problem. And so anyway, let's go back. I can find a few more of these, like Khadgar in a fucking wheelchair. Jesus,
No,
this game is so
they should have
fucking
never
cringe
let
now.
that
It's
happen.
embarrassing.
They
What
should have
is
just
this
killed
here?
him.
What a legend. A Pakistani imam living in Italy for 30 years gave a fiery sermon. He said, every Muslim must fight the infidels or face catastrophic consequences. The next day, the Italian prime minister made a bold move. She personally ordered his deportation. No
This story
waiting,
is like
no
months
drama,
old.
just action.
I read this like
did this
2
actually
months
happen?
ago.
I don't know if it
Yeah,
did or not.
it did.
I mean, it should have happened.
Yeah,
I mean,
it did.
The thing is that they
Pretty
have
sure.
enough fucking problems inside of Italy than to be importing problems from Pakistan to be making the place even worse. Really, I don't know why any of these clowns that come from these other countries think they're gonna come to a European country, start a bunch of shit, and then we're supposed to put up with it. Get the fuck back to where you came from. Get the fuck out of here. It's
Yeah.
the same as America. You want to come to our country and start a bunch of fucking trouble, create a bunch of drama, get the fuck out.
No.
That's it. Get the fuck out.
No, this is our country. You're at best a guest here. And think about it like this. If you invited somebody over your house and they started pulling some crazy bullshit like that, you'd immediately shut that down and kick them out of your house. Nobody would put up with that if it was your own home. And somebody coming in there saying shit like that, you tell them to get the fuck out of here. This is exactly the same thing. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You're going to be that way. Consider yourself lucky that we're gracious enough host you and let you be guests in our country in the first place. And this is how you behave? No, I don't think so. That's not how that works.
We don't want you here. We don't need you here. And that is so important to keep in mind. We do not need these people. That's it. She did deport them. Good. Thank God.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she actually did.
Yes, Italy's like half immigrants now. Yeah. Well, now it's half immigrants -1. And so, yeah, we're forced to put up with it. No,
God.
you're not. Vote for people that'll get rid of them. That's the thing. Just keep voting and eventually it'll work. And the more that you vote, the more that you show that it's the popular opinion, the more that you will shift the minds of the sheep that will just simply go with the popular opinion. Base Lady out with him.
That's actually
be
true.
lucky he's alive. He should be lucky he's even alive. In most of the countries that he probably came from, saying something like this would end up making you dead. You'd end up fucking dead. He should be happy he's getting deported. Thank God. And so there it is. Worked in Poland. Yes, 100%. Whoa, too far? I didn't say we should kill him. I don't think we should kill him. I think we should kick him out. I'm just saying in the other countries, they kill people that say shit that's problematic. They do. It's a fact. And so, like, really, I think us deporting him, we're being nice.
Yeah.
We're being reasonable. We're being kind. This is, again, Poland is turning into a shithole too.
Son.
Well, just keep these people out, and there's a good chance it never will be. That's it. Remember to connect male from female. Why assign electrical roles to? I thought this was. I thought this was the Twin Towers. Why assign gender roles to electrical connections? Lets the circuit decide their own identities. Well, let her. I think, you know what? I think let her decide that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can do that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. No, yeah, there we go. Is it male and female sex? Listen, you have to realize that for a bunch of weirdo losers on the internet, they don't even know what that is anymore. Okay, the only things that they're attracted to anymore are animals with sexualities that animals that don't exist, with genitalia that doesn't exist either. Like, these people are exclusively attracted to animals that aren't real. So yeah, big surprise whenever you bring things back to adult females. They're like, wait, whoa, what's this?
Oh God.
Whoa, wow. My head's starting to spin.
Ooh, iron boots, okay. That's good.
Wait, what? And sometimes they do, wait, just Joey has 2 legs? And not 70? Oh, wow. Ponies are real? Yeah, sure. And I don't even know what the fuck to say. Official Razor ad, it's been removed. What's this?
Can your vagina be too wet? 100%.
What?
It's been removed.
What? What did that say? Oh my God.
Yeah, so the headsets aren't really that good. Like, I had a big issue. Like, we had a sponsorship with Razer, and they kept wanting me to wear these headsets. And I told them, I'm like, I'm not going to wear the headset. And they kept wanting me to wear the headset. They want me to wear the headset so much. And eventually I said, I'm not going to wear the headset. And I went through every single headset. I said they were all bad. And they are. They're just like, and this is some advice for Razer. You have 17 different versions of the exact same product.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you keep designing more wireless headsets? You need to design a premium wireless headset that retails for $150 to $250, that has gaming functionalities and capabilities. This is like the Sennheiser Game 1 headset. They already have one of them. I've used it for years. This is free business advice. I tried to suggest this when I was sponsored. Apparently, nobody was listening. Maybe one day they will. But yes, Sennheiser, yes, exactly. And that's all they need to do. Sennheiser's good, yes. If you care about audio quality, you're not buying any of these fucking things, okay? You're buying Panasonic, JVC. In my opinion, I think Beats by Dre are they're all right. They're all right. I don't think they're the pinnacle, but Bose, yeah, there's another one, and then Sennheiser. Like, Sennheiser is my favorite. That's what I prefer the most, right? No, not JBC, JVC. That my dad still has, like, old headphones.
I think the
from
ones that I
JVC,
have are
and it's
decent. Not quite
You
as
have to have, like,
durable
that
as I would have
massive
hoped
fucking-
for as expensive as they
like
were.
the cable that sticks into the fucking,
Because it's all
it goes
cobbled
into a
together with
boombox or
wire
something.
and shit
yeah, it's
now.
JVC, not JD. And yeah, Logitech.
Despite the
good.
fact that most of it's
Look,
made out
all
of
these
metal.
headsets are okay, but if you're looking for a high quality audio experience, you're not going to get it through a gaming headset. They just don't invest in it, and I think they're making such a huge mistake. If
They
any
should.
of these companies
In at
wanna
least
partner
one
with me,
model,
and we
they
can
should
make a
actually do
real
it right.
headset,
Yeah.
we can make a real headset. It's going to retail for $180, and I can guarantee you're going to sell a lot of them.
If it's
and
good
more importantly,
and-
you're going to
and
build
it's
brand value
super durable,
in a way that you're not
then
by
yes.
bringing out your 17th
You'll sell a lot of them.
piece of
You
the
won't be
same
able to keep up
flimsy
with the
bullshit
manufacturing.
that you've been releasing for 10 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
It is embarrassing. That's what I think. That's my opinion. So yes, make headsets great again.
Oh, yeah, I was
So
gonna-
yeah,
I
the
like-
false promise. Don't worry, they would never capitalize on it. And also, Sennheiser already has. If you're looking for a high quality gaming headset, Sennheiser Game 1 headphones are what I would
Game
recommend.
1?
By moving this up and down, it mutes the mic. And also, the microphone is good. The audio quality is good. There's dual inputs, so you can input into one directly if you want to have your voice feedback as well. This is a very, very high quality headset, and I will be wearing these until they stop creating them. And so, yes, there you go. And had mine for years. Yeah,
I should check
this
that
is the
out.
one I have.
I like these ones, but they broke. Got like
right here.
four headsets that all
There we go.
break, and I'm not particularly rough with them.
Game
I
One
don't
headset,
think
how much
either,
is this?
but it happens. I
$120.
guess it's annoying.
$130. Very, very, very cheap. Yep, I think it's a it's crystal clear. There we go. Literally, I'm very pleased with it. Gonna give a review here. Yeah, literally the top post, right? And this is on headphones. So yeah, there you go, guys. Cheap, huh? Yeah, $120 for a high quality pair of headphones from
120?
a high level audio
Really?
designer. Yeah, $120 is a great price, especially nowadays
shit,
after
really?
COVID fucking inflation. You know,
That's cheaper
yeah, I
than
think
these
it's a
ones.
great
These ones for
fucking deal, I'll tell you
$200.
that. What do you think of your Herman Miller gaming chair? I think it's fine. It's nice. I mean, it's not changing my life or anything, but it's a nice gaming chair, and I enjoy it. It's better than the other one that I had, but it was just because it was too high. Other than that, it was
remember if
good.
I
Is that
did
the
this
headphones
one.
I'm wearing right now? Yeah. What's the name again?
I was thinking about headphones and writing shit down.
Control-Shift-T. Where is it?
I
I guess
completely
it
lost my
didn't
train
show
of thought
up.
in the
Well,
game.
anyway, it was this one here. Sennheiser Game 1 headset right here.
Game 1 headset, huh? I'm gonna look into that later.
This is,
I got it written
I
down.
have a black one, but this is the exact same one. And again, this is from an audiophile website. So like obviously they're going to be giving it lower ranks because sound and everything like that. But the extra functionality for gaming, I think, really does put it over the line. And that's my recommendation on a personal level. Everybody's going to have their own opinions. That's what mine is. So yeah, anyway, let's move on. And what is this? Daily Wire. I saw
I think I
this,
got like about
the State Department is
$80
taking
worth
steps
of
to revoke Bobby
Amazon
Villen's
credits if they're only
visas before his
120
upcoming
bucks
US tour.
and I only have to
The
pay
US
40
will
bucks
not
for them
issue visas
shipped.
to foreigners
I
who
might get them.
support
I'll have to look at
terrorists.
that.
Well, so I actually heard this happened at this point. Let me go back and double check this. Give me 1 second to see if I can find it here. And no, that's not it. That's not it. This isn't it. Let's see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. I get to that, but give me a minute. And we gotta find it. Yes. And it is moving to do it. Okay, yeah. So
Sometimes I kind
they
of like just
should
standing in long
absolutely
lines for a
revoke his
minute.
visa. We have so many,
Like with the updated graphics, I think it's kinda
American
nice.
agitators already in our country. We don't need another person to rile up the Karens to burn down cars again, okay?
No.
Like, that's the last
No.
fucking thing that we need. And so, yeah, I'm so sick of importing.
We've mostly been
these
riot-free
fucking
for
problems. Stop
like a week
importing
now, so
problems. If somebody is going to come over here and they're going to sing songs about fucking like these weird like killing IDF, what are we talking about? What is this? It's weird. Deport the
Yeah.
get these freaks out of here. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
about time.
I don't like
Yes,
that.
exactly. Oh my god, he's being investigated here as well. Well, who knows what happens? I mean, I don't think you should go to jail. I just don't want him in my fucking country.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like,
Stay the fuck out of
we've got
here.
enough American citizens that have this problem. We don't need to be importing new ones for no fucking reason.
No, we
So
don't.
yeah, you have Cannibal Corpse though. Yeah, yeah, but they're citizens. We've already got that problem. We don't need another one, huh? His
bombs.
agency dropped them. Let me see if I can find that. He
Edible.
was sponsored
Nice.
by UTA, right? Let me see. Bobby.
We're doing good so far, actually. And we have GTG keys.
Yeah, his talent agency.
If
dropped
we
them
got
as well.
strength
See if I can
upgrade,
find
we
it.
could go there right now
UTA is United Talent Agency.
and clear it.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, there we go. And United Talent Agency have dropped Bob Villan from their books following the group Glastonbury set where they chanted death to the ADF. What a big surprise that most talent agencies and most companies don't want to work with somebody who openly calls for the killing of a group of people. What a big surprise, right?
Yeah.
And so fuck around and find out. Yep,
Yeah.
there you go.
People are
Little
not
answer
going to
on
want
out.
to do
Yep,
business
there it
with you
is.
if you're doing shit like that.
And but
For the
Cannibal
most
Corpse,
part.
I don't know about Cannibal Corpse. I have no idea. I don't even know why people are bringing that up. But finally, these psycho people are getting punished. Yes, and I want to say that this is the way that you make it happen. You make it happen by being outraged about it and then forcing people to take action. This is, and I want to say that this is 100% cancel culture. And this is the thing. Back in the day, everybody said, oh, well, it's more honorable to fight with a sword. Okay, that's fine. But when the other guy has a gun, you're dead. And so it works. Cancel culture works. Absolutely use against these people. Be militant, like in a non-violent way before somebody takes this out of context. be militant, be aggressive.
Yeah, just
be
refuse
hostile,
to accept
and be
that
outspoken
bullshit
about
at
this.
all. And
if
let
you
everybody
do
know
enough of
that,
you
nope,
can
I don't
shut
like this at
of
all.
These disgusting fucking
Yep.
anti-American, anti-Western.
Yeah, you don't actually have to do
parasites out.
violence. You
Like,
just
really,
have
get
to
them the
not
fuck out of here. If you
accept
don't
their
like it here,
bullshit
get the fuck out
at all,
I'm
and
so
just let
sick
them
of
know
these
it.
people. They're disgusting. So yeah, and now he hates free speech.
It'll go away.
Free speech. You don't even like free speech either. Don't try to use my values against me. Don't try to use my values against me. Absolutely not. Oh, I hate free speech. No, I want free speech for our citizens. That's the thing. Yeah, stay in line. Yeah, stay over there.
I can't get this now. Why?
Go
Do I
over
already
there.
have it? Oh,
Go
I do.
back over there
Actually,
and deal with that then. Selective outrage? Absolutely. There's no bullshit.
I could buy
for eye
bomb
for an
shoes,
eye.
I think.
Makes the whole world blind? Well, hey. If you don't want the whole world to be blind, then you shouldn't be trying to take my eyes.
Yeah, don't start shit.
It's a deterrent.
Don't start none, won't
Don't
be
try to
none.
take my
Pretty
eyes.
simple.
And I won't take yours.
Yeah, leave me the fuck alone.
It's better to take somebody else's eye than to let them take yours and just sit by and let it happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Apart from the last person, yeah. And don't stop at the eyes. Do whatever you can. People like this are disgusting. You never give them any degree of a reprieve. Never think enough is enough. Never think that they've done enough or it's been enough. These people will ruin your life systematically if they have the opportunity to, and they will laugh at the misfortune of you while doing it. So the only proper response is to do the exact same thing back to them. And that's it. And so, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to argue with that logic.
Agree with you. I'm not interested in listening to arguments from people that don't even support free speech, try to weaponize it against me. None of these people actually support free speech at all, that are trying to defend this. So by engaging in an argument or a discussion with a person like that, you have lost because you have assumed
Taken
that
them
they
seriously
are
in
looking
the
for a
first
discussion.
place.
They're not
Yeah.
looking for a discussion. They're just
They're not
trying
being
to
serious.
prove you wrong with some sort of value that they think that you have. I'm not even going to engage with it. And so, no, saying death to this group isn't free fucking speech. Yeah, especially not
It's always
whenever
good to
it's
have
a
more
terrorist
bombs.
group. Make sure to specify no violence. Oh, no violence. You should never be violent. There's no reason to be violent.
You shouldn't have to.
There's no reason to be. And
Nope.
also, if you're violent, then they're going to be violent, and then everything's chaos. Never
Yeah.
be violent.
No, you don't want
Bobby
to do
Dolan
that.
Gets his visa.
You
we
don't.
go.
If you
There
do
we
it right,
go.
you don't have to.
Thank
That's the best part.
fucking God. We need
That's
to
how
see
you know
more
you're
of
doing
this,
it right.
guys.
When you get your way and you
A lot
don't
more of
have
it.
to beat somebody's
We
ass.
shouldn't be all right with supporting terrorism.
Think about that.
That's fact. Absolutely. Just because I don't support.
I mean, sometimes
this
you
doesn't
might
mean I
have
support
to,
Israel
but that
either.
should be a last
Of course
resort.
not. This has nothing to do with Israel. This has to do with the disgusting, weird behavior. Like again, why do we want a person like this in our country?
It's stirring up trouble. It doesn't actually matter who they said that
I don't
about. It's
think
the
most
fact
normal
they're
people
saying,
do.
"Oh yeah, we should kill this
So
group
let's
of
not let 'em
people."
come in.
No,
What is this here?
I
Oh,
don't
saw
actually
this.
care
So-
who that group of people is. I don't like that attitude.
Give me a minute. We got to build up to the next one. I think there were a couple more posts about this guy, right? Let me see if I can scroll down and find it. There's another one right there.
Still
I
nothing
think
that we
there's
need to
one
buy
more.
right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're gonna get to it.
Oh, the fuck is this?
So.
Oh.
Let me see if I can scroll down and find it.
I get worried when my phone beeps at me when it doesn't
So there
seem
was
like
an
there should be a
individual,
reason for it.
And this person has decided to go out and
It was nothing.
say that Imaru hangs out with every rapist that she meets, and to say that Israelis are fine.
What the fuck?
Number one, this had nothing to do with Israelis. It had to do with React content. This is just blatant, plain and simple lies and defamation. This is a total fucking lie, complete bullshit. And this person is making all of this up and farming hate on someone who doesn't even know what the
can't
fuck
go
a
that far,
Zionist
huh?
is. They don't even know what the hell this is. You don't have to be 7 different levels of terminally online to see that intentionally reacting to a YouTube video and stating that you're doing it to take views away from the original creator is not a good idea to do.
No.
It's not. It was a
Even
bad
if
idea right at the beginning.
Even if you were
And so
intending to do
anyways,
that,
am I
you
watching a
probably
rerun?
shouldn't let on that that's what
No.
you're trying to do.
This is only the preamble. All I'm doing is introducing the individual. It
No.
gets worse.
Oh no.
The person that's doing
Can we
it,
actually go through
I
that?
know this sounds crazy, but it seems as though
Yeah, you
they are a moderator for
maybe not.
Hassan's subreddit. Or sorry, his Discord. They are an administrator, a Twitch mod, Twitch subscriber.
This isn't actually
they, them, he, him.
yeah. It's just an invisible wall. Okay.
And so you have this person right here who is openly advocating
I was hoping it
for
wasn't,
hate
but it
on
is.
Amaru
Just a
that
transparent
has been
wall.
ordained by Hassan. And it gets even worse than that, because if you think to yourself, oh, well, maybe they just feel really strongly about this issue. Well, this was them, I guess, what is this, a few days ago? Attention, if you're protesting in LA today, please stop by the Kobe and Gigi mural and make sure it's still ruined. This person is advocating not only for vandalism as a baseline, but on one of the most iconic basketball players and symbols of tenacity, excellence, and, in my opinion, just being a fucking badass. This is the person right here. This is the guy. This is the kind of loser, repulsive. Oh, Asmongold killed his mother by buying her cigarettes. Guys, again, I don't care about this. This is just simply him talking shit. I don't really care about this. Or Father 2, health decline, make sure you deal with him as well. Right, of course. So this is, and also look who's reposted it. Mike from PA. What a surprise. And
that guy sounds like a dick.
This is the kind of stuff that happens, right? And these are the people, by the way, these are the people that are trying to advocate for getting me deplatformed for bullying. That's right. These are the people that want me deplatformed for bullying.
Oh, I didn't know people were calling from BG platforms.
Farming hate on Emmy.
Is that new?
By just literally lying about her, just spreading blatant false lies that have no basis in reality.
Care about streamer drama that much.
There's not like
so hopefully this doesn't go on too long.
Level lies. Then on top of that, advocating for vandalism and defacing Kobe's mural with his daughter. Both of them tragically died in a helicopter accident. And he did this just a few days ago, and this is one of Hassan's moderators. So if Hassan is wondering why nobody wants to support him and his community, it's because your community is full of a bunch of weird fucking freaks.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm not talking like if this is a random person in Hassan's community, I wouldn't care about this. Who cares? That's not his fault. But when it's one of your moderators and this is a person that's representing your community,
yeah, that's different.
They're leading hate raids on other partnered streamers based off of a just completely just totally baseless fucking lie, advocating for vandalism. This is pathetic. This is a joke, bro. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. You guys are grown adults. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know who this guy is, but
Jesus Christ.
I feel like the more that we find out, the worse it gets. The community has been.
And that's the worst part. They're all of these people are like 30 years old or older. They're not like, you know, in their early 20s even, which is still no excuse. No, these fucking people.
These parasites from the internet. And if nothing else, I want to
millennials, man.
change the narrative around
I love you guys, but goddamn.
Actors or bad actors.
High school's over.
Are not good people. They're not on the right side of history. They're fucking bullies. They're fucking aggressive, abusive, vitriolic, mean bullies. And they lie about people, and they tell bullshit about them, and they say whatever they need to say to make other people either stay silent or agree with them. And I think everybody should be against this.
Yeah, no, just out of principle, I don't want to deal with people that act like that. That's ridiculous.
This fucking bullshit. This is a joke. He should be ashamed of himself to have parasites like this. I can't even believe it. Like most people, yeah. Keep that in mind. And show the Mike from PA video from yesterday. It's crazy how polarized the internet is. Oh, I don't know about polarized. I can't. Who can defend this? Who defends this? Do any of these people
disgusting
actually defend
behavior.
this behavior? There's
No,
no
fuck
way
no.
they can. It's crazy.
No. Nobody likes somebody that
so
acts like
anyway,
that. What the fuck?
I think that these people need to. I think they need some repercussions. I think so. We'll see what happens.
Well, if they don't have
Yep,
the presence
we'll
of
see what
mind to
happens.
figure out not to do
Apparently
that,
Twitch
so
defends
they
it.
need to be
Well, that's
instructed
okay.
on that. That's what I would
fine.
say.
Gorbachev was the leader of the Soviet Communist Party, by the way. I don't care what his name is. That's not my point. I don't give a shit about that. Like, he could name himself Hitler, and if he's just posting stupid dog memes, I'm not going to go crazy about it. It's
Yeah, who
about what he's
cares?
saying, not what about
Yeah.
he's naming himself.
Yeah.
So
That
yes.
doesn't mean anything. Who cares about that?
And that's it, more like a psych ward. Listen, I can only dream of that day. Twitch is led by sadistic, sick fucks. Yeah, it is. It's really disgusting. And, yep, there it is. The same moderator is also making fun of handicapped people. Sort by new on your subreddit. Let's see if I can find it.
Got a little something.
Give me a sec.
In a weird way, it was kind of funner when I didn't know what was inside the boxes and shit.
I just usually... Oh, there we go.
It'd be nice if there was a way that, even in Sheets, where
Okay.
you'd want to put
I
it
just
to,
had to make
to
sure I have it
toggle that
open. I
on or
usually don't
off.
like showing any of that stuff.
There might
in case
actually be
somebody
a
posts
setting for
something
that,
that's
but
problematic.
it doesn't quite
Hassan
do what I
Mods
want, I think.
Attacks handicapped
I'm not gonna
creators.
look
I've
right
been
now,
in a
though. I
wheelchair
don't-
all
I
my
don't care
life, not
enough.
looking for sympathy, just showing what type of trash human beings orbit Hassan Piker. Regardless of how it turns out, I'll likely never have to hawk gambling addictions to teens. That's cool, neither does Asmon. Is that just because he streams on Kick? I thought you didn't like socialist monopolies. I was talking about you and your fetal alcohol syndrome podcast. Fetal alcohol syndrome? Was it a crippled joke? You miserable shit libs don't mind taking the low road. No, and these people again, yeah, of course.
What the fuck?
Dude's not a person.
I don't even know what that's all about.
And I think that Hassan should have to explain why he has somebody like this as a moderator. Why do you have this person as a moderator?
Yeah,
Again,
it's making you look
one
bad,
thing
dude.
For you to do this and just have this person. This is just some random idiot in your community who cares. But this is a person that he's elevated this person. He's elevated this specific person to be a moderator and a leader of his community.
Yeah.
What a disgusting thing to do.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez.
I mean, maybe the guy just crashed out and he's not normally like
I
that,
sure hope
but
not.
if
I
he
really
is,
do.
then
No, you don't understand. He has too many moderators. He can't moderate them all. Well, then they can moderate each other, shouldn't they? I mean, then it's still their fault. Yep, so there we go. And do you think Hassan gives a fuck? I think he would immediately give a fuck if they were saying something that he disagreed with. I think that if one of Hassan's moderators was talking about how much they liked Israel, he would have them immediately kicked out instantaneously. So to act like this is some kind of like a hands-off perspective is total fucking bullshit, okay? So he does not, right? And so,
that's a compelling argument.
Don't even give
I don't
me
know
that
if I quite
even
buy
for a
that,
second.
but it is a compelling argument.
Remember when Hassan was baby raging over XQC and your chats being unmoderated? Yep, that's right. Well, the worst part is that the real abuse on his community comes from his moderators themselves. Isn't that sad? Anyway, let's move on. I just figured I'd show you guys that as a little bit of an update. What a disgusting person.
Yep.
And good, guys, I want to remind you. I'll remind you again.
Oop, music's off.
Bad things happen to people like this. They do. They always do. Sooner than you might imagine. They always do. I'm not sure I believe that. That's okay. That's okay. I'll make you a believer over time. Don't worry about it. Anyway, let's see here. You'd never let a mod act like that and remain a mod? Of course not. It makes me look bad. What's this here? Veteran kicks Transkaren out of his store. What is this?
Imagine serving your country only to have to deal with this behavior at your own
What is
store.
this?
Trans women are women. I'm telling you, as a man, that's bullshit. Nobody confronts your ass. That's the problem. Really? If you are not a chick, do you still have a...
You know what? That is none of your business.
You are not... You are
That's
not,
none of your
you're not a woman.
business.
You don't look like a woman. You don't act like a woman.
Really?
You're ahead. What's wrong with you?
Trans women are women. Jesus Christ, man. Get a clue.
Some people think it's hurtful.
I don't give about feelings anymore. I'm 70 am 8. I went to Vietnam to fight for all. Do you think I care about some feelings? Absolutely not.
Jesus Christ, yeah, bro. Like, you're actually gonna, bro.
Yep.
Like, these people, like, these guys are so fucking old. It's like their last week of senior year in high school. Any of these guys could pop off any day now. They don't give a fuck anymore. They
Yep.
don't care. It doesn't matter. So,
But,
yeah.
by the way, okay, so anymore. Okay, so that sort of, hold on. This is a common misconception. I wanted to spell this right now. So he said he's like in his 70s. I think he said 78. Which, he's doing pretty goddamn well for himself if he's 78. I'll say that. But if he's in his 70s at all, that guy's actually doing pretty good. I hope I get that far and I still have that much fire in my belly. But here's the thing. People, particularly guys, but also a lot of women, believe it or not, that are around that age, yes, technically they're boomers, but they're the kind of boomers that give zero shits and take no shit. Right? Like, but these guys have pretty much always been that way. And I know that because those guys are a little bit older than my parents, almost closer to my grandparents' age, and I'm old. But my parents and their parents had kids pretty young, so there isn't a lot of age gap between me and my grandparents. Like 35 years, I think. So, being I'm, in my mid 40s, this guy could easily be my grandpa and still be alive and kicking. So, I can assure you with all confidence, given that these guys have always been this way, or at least they have been for the last 44 years. Their attitude has not changed. And these are either our grandfathers or fathers. We know quite well that attitude, and a lot of us have inherited that, by the way, especially as we get to be middle-aged. Maybe that's when it kicked in for them, too. But at some point, you're like, nope, I'm done taking anybody's shit. And not even in a bad way, just like, no, I'm just not going to entertain anybody's bullshit. You want to deal with me? Just keep it bullshit free. We'll be fine. Given how many people want to be bullshitters, we'll probably be more than fine. We'll be good friends if you're not a bullshitter like that. Nope. Don't make me put up with the crap. I don't know a better way to put it, but these guys are like, they're like, I'm not playing into this shit. Like, sorry. I mean, if you want to go do that, that's fine, but leave me the fuck out of it. That's pretty much all it is for me. Like, if you're a grown adult, you do what you want. As long as you're not breaking the law, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not even going to judge you for it. Do whatever you want on your own time and just leave me the fuck out of it. Right? Don't involve me with it. Go live your life. That's freedom. Because that's what I'm going to do. So, if you want to do some weird shit, just don't make it my problem. And probably for starters, I'll never know. And I think that's kind of part of the problem. It's a lot of these people that do this outrageous stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, they're doing it for attention because they need some sort of validation. So, by definition, they can't leave you out of it because they need you to notice them. That's the problem. That's the actual problem. Whatever it is they're doing, they think they're a woman and they're clearly not, whatever. That's one thing, but the actual problem is they're trying to get you to buy into their bullshit. I think that's much more egregious, to be honest with you. I mean, one of them is just like you're confused. The other one's like just complete fucking sociopath behavior. There's a difference. Somebody wants to just do their own thing and they don't need to get the whole rest of the world involved or, you know, announce it from the treetops and whatever else. That's fine with me. Like, because again, I probably never know about it in the first place. If you're not fucking up my day, how would I know? Right? So do what you want. Just don't make it weird for other people. Is that too much of an ask? And if you do stuff that does break the law, you deserve to get in trouble. It doesn't. Oh, you know, you're whatever phobic. That's why you're doing this to me. No, I'm doing it because you're doing shit that's fucked up that violates the law. That's why you're getting called out on it. Not because, look, I do not have an irrational fear of certain groups of people. That's what phobic means. For the most part, yeah. I'm sociopath-phobic. Yeah, because those people are legit scary. Put those guys back in the freaking, what do you call them? Asylums where they belong, and everything will be fine. And it's a small percentage of the populace. But, I mean, you know, they squawk the loudest by definition. So you just see it more and more. So it's not actually as bad as you think it is. But the problem is that the internet thinks it is. Which doesn't quite reflect a real life. It kind of does because everybody's on the internet. But it's this really distorted reflection of reality. So I think it's probably healthy sometimes to take a step back and just spend literally... It's a meme, but yes, go outside and touch grass and get unplugged for a little while and then look around you and see what you see. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. But that's actually real life, you know, outside, out there. So it's important to remember to go take a look for yourself every once in a while, instead of believing some shit that you read on the internet. But that's also a huge avenue of how some of these like fringe, crazy things that otherwise would not see the light of day outside in real life take hold in people's minds on the internet, because like I said, it's a warped reflection of reality. Like, I'm trying to think of a good way to describe it. Like, the internet holds up a mirror to humanity in real life, just as kind of what it is, right? But it's a little bit like a funhouse mirror. It doesn't give you a perfect reflection so you can see yourself for what you are. Yeah, I mean, you can just go outside and do that yourself. But it gives you this skewed view of things. Like, it's just a distortion. So yeah, it actually is good to go touch grass for a little while. That's why I like some of that streamer drama and shit. I'm like, this is just soap operas for millennials, is what this is. My generation, we had soap operas for men, and it was called professional wrestling. And I'm 100% serious about it. I recognize that at age 15 or 16. Yeah, it's a soap opera for men. That's exactly what it is. And you know what? It was fucking entertaining and glorious. This shit y'all doing with this fucking weird streamer drama, that is the wankest kind of fucking soap opera for a generation I've ever seen. I'm so sad for you. Ugh. Wow. This is what we've devolved to, huh? Just flaccid internet beefs with people that are like in their mid 30s that have, you know, the social and intellectual competency of a ninth grader, which maybe not coincidentally seems to be when their Arrested Development started. They got to ninth grade and they're like, shit, I got to high school. We won. And then just never grew past that ever. Or they're paid actors that are putting on that sort of act for people that actually are in ninth grade right now as their target audience, which maybe is the case. Who knows? I find that interesting because once you kind of like see that and see behind the curtain a little bit, then you can't unsee it. I'll give you another example of what I'm talking about that has nothing to do with that, but this is a perfect example of seeing behind the curtain, quote unquote, right? Let me see if I can find it here real quick. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. And fair warning, once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. And so if you're on the internet at all, just know that if you don't already recognize that, well, look away if you won't be able to unsee it. Let me see if I can find it here. I'll give you a really good example. I was asking Grok about something earlier. Let's do this. There we go. Just go on X. Now, hopefully it doesn't show anything that'll get me in trouble. It shouldn't. I don't like follow terribly weird stuff. I do follow political stuff on both sides because I want to see both sides. I will say that X is actually a pretty good platform for that. I see opposing views all the time. And that's good because it's good to keep that perspective instead of ending up in an echo chamber situation, right? Keeps you grounded about what actually it is you want instead of going crazy in one direction or the other. This is close to it, but it's not actually it. I'm looking for a certain sort of way that these posts are written. Oh, here we go. This was written by AI. I'm about 80 to 90% sure. And if you gave me 9-to-1 odds of something that I thought was right, I will take that bet. And it's because, like, if you read these responses, they have a certain tone. One of them is the M dash, which is like a longer dash than you normally see. As a matter of fact, it's a special character. You can't type it on your normal keyboard or on your phone without looking for the special character, right? It's like a dash, but it's longer. It's called an M dash. Pretty much every time you see that, you can just about guarantee it was written with AI. This would also be, yep. That just completely immediately flags it. It might have been a person that used AI to throw their ideas down in some way that looks good and then post that, right? So they still came up with the ideas and then they basically asked AI to format it. I've done this a few times and I can see why people would do that, and I think that's fine. But some of this stuff I feel like is just completely generated by AI. Like the person that behind the AI didn't even like put any thought into it. They just like gave it one sentence, make me a post that says this, and then just copy pasted whatever the AI came up with, and that was it. There's just too much fucking stupid in the world to go back to that miserable fucking excuse for a country, America. So there's too much fucking stupid in the world to go back to that miserable fucking excuse for a country. What does that mean? Like, you're seeking out the stupidity abroad? Like, to me, Billy Joe Armstrong shouldn't look like that. It's probably like what people that were just a little bit younger than me that were like squarely within Gen X. I can think of a few friends that are like 8 years older than me or so. So they were like teenagers in the 80s. And a lot of those rockers from the 80s that happen to still be alive kind of have this same sort of look. He doesn't have it too bad yet, but you can see where it's going. Like, I mean, Keith Richards has always looked like he's looked, so that's a bad example, but you know, there are other like literal like 80s rock star, you know, guitarists or vocalists or whatever, that they're still out there. But, oh my God, like, it actually does look like they just came out of the nursing home, which is sad. Fuck. But he's getting that look to him. He's not young anymore. What I don't understand about Billy Joe Armstrong is how did he go from American Idiot in just post 9/11 to never understanding anything more deeply than that? Because he had the right idea. But if he actually had followed politics all this way, I don't think this would be the conclusion he would come to. He might not even personally believe that himself, but he knows that what audience he has left would resonate with this point, so that's probably why he's saying it. So I don't know if I don't know what's worse, if he actually believes this or if he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Does he actually believe this, or is he just saying that to keep his fans? Because it's not great either way. Oh, but like the AI thing, like, yeah, a lot of posts are AI. And like once I noticed it, I saw it fucking everywhere. Like, there's more M dashes here. Probably not straight from the keyboard. But there's one other thing a lot of posts do, usually in the comments. So let's see if I can find something that's kind of contentious that has a decent amount of content. Or comments, that is. Because once you see the pattern, this one really gets me. It's now that I see it, like, it annoys me. So let's see if I can find an example of what I'm talking about. Ooh. This is close. MAGA is not a party. It's too polite to even call it a cult. This is sort of sort of the format of what I'm talking about. And it's basically something that goes, well, it's not just X. It's a whole blah blah paradigm shift or something. So this whole once you see it, like you'll see it too often. You know, it's not just that, or it's not. It's like the cadence of this whole first sentence. It's not just this, but a whole nother that and that sort of thing. I'm actually surprised that I haven't run into one of those already, because it really seems to happen a lot. Or maybe they're adjusting the algorithm so it's not so obvious. Probably not, because I haven't heard anybody complain about this specific thing yet. But they're definitely, if you're on the internet every day, after a while, through pattern matching, you come to recognize posts that are not entirely sincere, and they're usually generated with AI. And you can even then usually tell the difference between somebody that just used AI to make a post or one where it's just completely automated. I can't find a good... I'm actually really surprised. I can't find a good example of what I'm talking about. Just skimming through it here. Good, because that's good, because goddamn is it annoying. So if I see less of that, I will be happy. So, but like, yeah, any like contentious, any political post, which is usually almost by definition contentious, you can usually find this particular pattern. And see, like, this is not an M dash. That's a regular dash. So this is not fake, probably. That one almost certainly is. Yeah, like this guy asked the AI to make a limerick. Let's see what it says. There once was a man with a crown who said he'd deport half the town. Born here, I don't care. Get them out anywhere. While his goons wrote your name down. I don't like limericks that work like that. I like the ones that are like, there once was a man from Nantucket. I mean, style points for trying, because I haven't thought about limericks in a while, but it's not a very good one. It's not even the message. I just like, I don't like the words in that order. It's not a very good limerick. I don't like it. That's all. Everything I say is bullshit. Well, that's every politician. Like, that's, you don't have a monopoly on that. Okay, good. Maybe that trend has fallen away, where the particularly the responses are like, yeah, it's not just this, it's a whole nother blah blah blah. Like, it's really annoying. I don't know what the sign means, and at this point I'm too afraid to ask. One, I don't know if that's a real sign or not. And two, if it is, I have no idea what that is supposed to communicate. Like, I'm asking Grok, but this seems like some bullshit. This image depicts a traffic sign with an ambiguous, suggestive design resembling intertwined figures, likely a digitally altered or satirical version of a legitimate sign, as no standard traffic sign matches this description per the manual on uniform traffic control devices, which governs U.S. road signage. Well, I would assume that this is in Europe. Like, it wouldn't even occur to me that this would be a U.S. sign. Like, no, this would be a European sign. Is this a real sign in Europe? Question mark. No. It's actually, okay, it is actually fake. Thank God, because, I mean, like, certainly it's not supposed to imply what it seems to imply, but I certainly can't think of what it would be if it was not for the one thing that we're all thinking. I don't know. Okay, thank God that's not real. See, you have to... There's no community notes on this. Sometimes you just got to ask Grok yourself, and Grok is an AI too, so take it at face value. But no, this is probably actually fake. Okay. I don't know what those things are for. Oh, geez. Let's see what this says. That Mom Domdy guy, probably going to end up being the mayor of New York. He's like a Muslim guy. He's got some socialist ideas. You could say he's a little bit contentious, but a lot of people like him too. I mean, some of the things he says I don't 100% agree with, but then there's other things that he says that I 100% disagree with. So, I mean, you know, if I lived in New York City, would I vote for him for mayor? I probably wouldn't, to be perfectly honest with you. But I don't know when the election for that is. I assume it's a little ways out yet. So, I mean, it kind of depends. I mean, like, I don't know. Like I said, some things he says I agree with. Other things I'm like, nope, no, not that one. Some of the other ideas you got are all right, but that one, nope. And I think that's fair. I think that's how you should look at anybody, really. Like, just because they say one thing you don't agree with doesn't mean you're going to disagree with everything you say. This is not sports ball. You don't have to pick teams. You pick the guy that you think is most representative of what you want. The team is you. See, we got it backwards. It's not that you need to go to a certain team. It's that these guys need to come to you. Understand? Did everybody got that? This is probably confusing because, like, armchair quarterbacking for football is completely like that. You just pick your team and then you root for them and blah, blah. It's confusing because politics is completely the opposite way around from that. Like, you are the quarterback, the star quarterback, and you're first, I mean, you got pick of which team you want to go to. So they need to woo you, right? That's how it is from politics. So it's okay to be like, okay, you're offering me this and this in my contract. Well, the second thing I don't like, the first one's good though. Keep that. That's fine. I agree with you on that one, but we got to work on this other one here. Like, I disagree with that completely. Like, okay, so like you meet some sort of middle ground. Everybody needs to feel, good of getting something out of the transaction, right? I mean, I'm not a salesman or a businessman, although the guy that mentored me when I was a teenager was. And I never really got the knack for it myself. I just don't have the personality for it. But intellectually, like the ideas of how, like, say as a salesman, like you use certain techniques to convince somebody to buy your product. At the end of the day, I mean, you're trying to sell them something, right? So, I mean, there's certain methods of persuasion or interaction with somebody that you can use to sway them in that direction that you want. Like, intellectually, I understand them. Would I be able to execute this in real life? Not really, probably. I might be able to. I don't know. I've got younger brothers and sisters that I had to like play politician with and convince them to do certain things. So, okay, maybe I have a latent ability to do that I just haven't used for a while. But yeah, like either way, like everybody's got to leave the table like they got something. Otherwise, you wouldn't make a deal, right? A deal's not getting made unless both parties feel like they got something out of it. It's just that simple. Like you can apply that to literally any situation. Anytime somebody walks away from the table unhappy, that's when you're going to have problems. Or at least you got to keep them happy enough for long enough where by the time they realize that maybe they're not happy with the situation, they don't blame it completely on you. And they're far enough removed from it. Right? It's psychology. But the thing that's important to remember is like politicians use that amongst each other and on their constituents. And the thing is, like, with respect to their constituents, government doesn't have any fucking say so if you don't let them. They work for us. Remember that. We're the bosses, not them. You don't have to, like, well, I'm a Republican, so I'm always just going to vote Republican. That's the worst fucking thing you could do. Or likewise for the Democrats. No, just listen to what people that are running for office in your area that actually affects you. You don't have to care about the whole rest of the world. Just care about your own neck of the woods. Because remember, at the end of the day, like, this is about you. You're the rock star in this situation, right? So you want it to be about you. Now, don't bribe the officials. That's cheating, and there's too much of that. But, like, everybody deserves to, like, make it about them. No. I'm a free person. I get to choose the people that represent me and execute the will of the public, which I am a part of, hopefully to my satisfaction most of the time. That doesn't mean I have to pick this team all the time or that team all the time. I know people that are diehards Vikings fans and Cleveland Brown fans, and guess what? They know that they're in for disappointment every single time, but they're not fair weather fans, right? They're with them all the time. I wouldn't suggest taking that approach. If you want to have fun in this season of football, then you get behind the people that are good at what you want. That's why they invented fantasy football, which is insanely popular. Because it cures the problem of having to root for your one team all the time, because when you get your fantasy league, that's a whole different ball of wax. And it's almost guaranteed to be different every year. Which is that sort of continued interest in a sport, I would guess it probably keeps sports betting revenue up. I mean, if it gets stagnant and boring and like that's it, then, well, if you know the Vikings are going to lose this week, you're not going to bet on them to win. but you're not a good fan if you don't bet on them to win. See what the problem is? But fantasy football skirts that issue completely. Which is why it works. And why the ecosystem of gambling around that has been successful. It makes sense when you really think about it. It's not even that complicated. But yeah, in politics, it doesn't work that way. They work for you. Pick the best guy for the job that does exactly what you want to do. Not just because, or as close to exactly what you want to do as you're going to get. Don't pick just whether they're wearing a red or blue jersey. That's dumb. Don't treat politics like football. Completely separate things. Why would you want to ruin football that way? By making them the same thing. Don't do it. Rant over. Let's continue. Also, Twitter is toxic. You can be on it, but don't be on it all day. It's bad for you. Wouldn't recommend it. Or any other social media. Instagram would also be another one of those sort of things. Did I lose my window for... Looks like I did. Absolutely not. Oh yeah, all that stemmed from the fact that this old guy is not putting up with this other guy's bullshit. So we might have to rewind this a little bit. Sorry, I got off on a tangent on that. Hopefully that wasn't, too crazy, but yeah. Observations that I have about things. I feel better getting it off my chest.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll rewind that a little bit.
And I think that
there
Hassan
it is.
should
Yeah,
have to explain why he has somebody like this as a moderator.
Yeah.
Why do you have this person as a moderator? Because it's one thing for you to do this and just have this person. This is just some random idiot in your community who cares. But this is a person.
Oh, that's not your fault then. If it's just some random chatter.
He's elevated this specific person to be a moderator and a leader of his community.
That is a bit of a
disgusting thing to do.
Yeah, it's
wow. Jeez.
Inside Gan's castle is the long shot.
Well, I sure hope not. I really do. No, you don't understand.
To be fair, I'll give Hassan some grace. If this is like one of his moderators, if this guy doesn't behave this way all the time and he's just started cutting up like this, that's not really Hassan's fault either then. If this guy's like been doing this shit habitually for a while though, then it kind of is. I would say. At some point it's like, wow, this guy's a little extra. Maybe he's having a bad day. And then it goes on for a week, and then a couple weeks, and then a month and 2 months. Like, no. I mean, like, if you got guys like that representing your community, I sure hope that that's not what you want representing you. And if, that's what people see, you should nip that in the bud then, because otherwise it makes you look bad. That's it. So, to be fair, maybe this guy just started doing this bullshit. But if it's been a thing for a while, then, like, I would question why Hassan hasn't addressed that. But Asma makes a good point. If this guy was saying something that was diametrically opposed to what Hassan would like, this situation probably would have been dealt with already. So, that is kind of a relevant point. I can't believe I'm getting even caught up in this kind of streamer drama. Jesus Christ, what's the matter with me?
He has too many moderators. He can't moderate them all. Well, then they can moderate each other, shouldn't they? I mean, then it's still their fault. Yep, so there we go. And do you think Hassan gives a fuck? I think he would immediately give a fuck if they were saying something that he disagreed with. Mm-hmm. I think that if one of Hassan's moderators was talking about how much they liked Israel, he would have them immediately kicked out instantaneously.
I don't think it would take very long.
Some kind of like a hands-off perspective is total fucking bullshit, okay? So he does not, right? And so Don't even give me that even for a second.
Got the golden
Remember when Hassan
gauntlets.
was baby raging
Okay.
over XQC and your chats
Nice.
being unmoderated? Yep, that's right. Well, the worst part is that the real abuse on his community comes from his moderators themselves.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad? Anyway, let's move on. I just figured I'd show you guys that as a little bit of an update. What a
Jesus
disgusting
Christ.
person.
Yeah.
And good, guys, I want to remind you.
Oh.
I'll remind you again. Bad things happen to people like this. They do.
Eventually,
They always do.
they get what's coming to them sooner or later.
Sooner than you might imagine.
Yeah, it's probably later than you might want, though. That's the only problem with it.
Always do.
But it comes around eventually.
I'm not sure I believe that. That's okay. That's okay. I'll make you a believer over time. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just watch.
Anyway, let's see here. You never
All it
let a
takes
mod
is
act
time.
like that and remain a mod. Of course not. It makes me look bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you look
What's
like
this
an
here?
asshole not to do something about
Veteran
something like
kicks
that.
Transparent out of his store. What is this?
Imagine serving your country.
Okay,
only
here we
to have
go.
to deal with this behavior at your own
What is
store.
this?
Trans women are women.
I'm telling you, as a man, that's bullshit. Nobody confronts your ass. That's the problem. You are not a chick. Do you still have a...
You know what? That is none of your business.
You are not.
Let's talk
You
to the
are
truth,
not.
sir.
You're not a woman. You don't look like a woman. You don't act like a woman.
Really?
I don't have Song of Storms today.
Head, what's wrong with you?
Trans women are women. Jesus Christ, man, get a clue.
Some people think it's hurtful.
I don't give
Yeah.
about feelings anymore. I'm 70.
Yep.
I'm 8. I went to Vietnam to fight for all. Do you think I care about some feelings? Absolutely not.
You think I care about some
Jesus
assholes'
Christ,
feelings?
yeah,
No.
Bro, like, you're actually gonna, bro.
No.
Like, these people, like these
No.
guys, are so fucking old. It's like their last week of senior year in high school. Any of these guys could pop off any day now. They don't give a fuck anymore. They don't care. It doesn't matter. So yeah, they just.
I still
say
argue
whatever
they
the
never
fuck
really
they
cared.
think. Yeah, always show respect. Yeah, there
Not
it
since they
is.
hit
Yeah,
40
big
at
fucking
least.
mistake there, guys. Over 70 should get a pass. Does your dad know this guy? I think I'm sure. If it was in Austin, he would. And so there you go. And playtime's older. Yeah, where's the rest of these? Oh, I already saw these. Give me a second. Open store option. What does it say this here? What do you call a stick eagle? Illegal? A sick eagle. Illegal. Starbucks customer left horrified after barista writes illegal joke on her cup.
I don't believe that's real. I saw that on Twitter. I was like, this is stupid. This didn't really happen. I don't think so.
She seems like the kind of person that's going to complain about that, so she should just get another one for free. Like, let's be honest, right? I mean, like, there's no... She's not really offended over this. She just wants another free cup, okay? So, yeah, let's not take this too seriously.
Yeah, I don't
even
think
if
this
it's
actually
true.
I don't
if
think
we
it
were
is.
saying it isn't true. Travel
No.
YouTuber visited Rome, Italy, where migrants are openly using drugs and attacked him for filming.
That's nice. You can get that in NYC or LA too, to be fair.
I'm sorry, guys. But ever since that RuneScape video, I cannot get it out of my head. I just can't.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I every time I see this,
Look at the states of Rome. Look at the states of Europe, guys.
Attenzione che è molto pericoloso.
See?
Molto.
He's telling me it's very dangerous. These guys. Look, here's a broken beer bottle.
uh-oh.
Bravissimo. È molto pericoloso, ecco.
Why don't you just kick these
Telling me
fuckers
it's
out?
very dangerous, yeah. And they don't want to be on foot.
What are they
Look at all of
doing?
them. Oh, now they're getting angry.
They
Look at
just,
them.
you see, this is, remember, like, this is like in Stormwind or like Shattrath City, where you go from the sanctuary area to the contested zone. They just, they just left, they just entered contested territory.
Yeah,
again.
don't go down into the lower city, man. It's a whole different place.
What are these
That's
guys?
right.
Kids.
Oh, yeah.
Addicts.
Non te lo prendiamo in faccia. Ti
Get away.
Non riprendo.
Space. Keep your space, huh? Keep your... Space, man.
Dipende solo me.
We're not in your country.
Quello che state facendo qui.
What is in that bottle? What's
Bullshit.
Hypocrite.
Ah, hypocrite. We're not in. Yeah, I am. We're not in your country. Hey, don't come close to me. Don't come close to me, man. We're in Italy. We are in Europe. We are not in Africa. Get away from me. Get up. Yeah. And what? And what? And what? And what? What will you do? Fuck me. Come, try. Look, now he's gonna spray us with water.
God damn. Hey, you know what? Like, it's not even Schadenfreude. But at the same time, like, the U.S. has gotten a bad rap for exchanges like this for like 30 years, increasingly. And Europe is, giving us shit about that. Collectively. Because it just the fact that you have the kind of interaction go on, it makes everybody look bad, right? So, like, it's not Schadenfreude exactly, because I'm not happy that it's happening to him. But just the fact that this kind of stuff is happening in Europe is satisfying only that they get a taste of the same thing that they've been giving us shit for, a while now, right? In every other way, like, it's bad because just objectively bad to have these kinds of interactions going on any place that's civilized that you want to be, right? So, but I'm glad that in that sense they get to see it for themselves too. Problem is like, I think they're being overrun by this worse than we are. Like, I think Europe's got a real problem that they did not have like 10, 15 years ago. Like, I think that'll cause major unrest in Europe before long if they don't figure out a way to fix that. I don't know what the right solution is to it at this point. Like, they're going to have a tough time with that. You got, like, in many European countries that have a lot of influx of new, like, immigrants and refugees and stuff like that, they just haven't had time to acclimate to the culture. Some of them just don't want to in the first place, etc. This is going to cause friction. I mean, it already has, but like, it's probably going to, I mean, if something doesn't happen that will, release tensions in that way, I mean, something's going to happen. Like, there's already been things happening. It's just going to slowly escalate unless they figure out a way to fix that. And I don't know what you do about that. The last time we left Europe to their own devices to figure out a similar situation, it was kind of a big deal. So I don't know. It's a little bit worrisome for us over here on this side of the pond, even though that doesn't, what they got going on doesn't directly concern us, but it kind of does. For that reason, if nothing else. Yeah, I don't know. That's not good. Like, same thing there. The same thing I was just saying about in the U.S. Don't take anybody's shit. Remember that your government is, your elected officials. They are supposed to represent you. Pick the person that does the best, and then hold them accountable if they let you down. And if you actually do that. And that does actually mean hold them accountable, which means if they do shit they're not supposed to, like break the law, then, put them in jail. Just because they're, in the government doesn't mean that they should get away with something, right? If anything, it should be like doubly bad for whatever they do, for abusing that position. But yeah, particularly in Europe, like, man, y'all Europeans need to grow some balls and make your government work for you. Like, it ain't working so great for us right now, but I feel like it's worse for y'all over there. Or at least it looks like it. Maybe it's not really that bad. I don't know. I haven't been there to see for myself, but it certainly seems that way. It's too bad. I hope they figure out a good solution to that, just friction in a way that's good for everybody. No idea how they're going to fix that, though. Oofda. I do not envy Europe. I mean, we got our own problem to deal with, too, which isn't great, but that one seems worse somehow.
What a great argument for mass migration.
Yeah, great idea.
Agree with me, I'm gonna throw my piss bottle. What a bunch of fucking savages. This is crazy. What is this? Oh my god.
Try. Come try. Come try. Come try. Come try. I'll smash you, huh? Fuck off. Yeah. Go. I need you to get out of my space. Yeah?
I will put this.
This guy's got less teeth
You the
than
real
I do.
racist. You the racist. You the racist. Go back to Africa. Go to Africa. Go to Africa.
You stole all our things.
We stole your things. Go off then. Go off then. Yeah, I'm a big man. I'll show you a bastard. I'll
Are they gonna
show you,
fight?
mate. Good now, get your hand out my face.
Yeah, are they actually going to fight?
You're gonna see. You're gonna see. Look at them.
It's crazy to me that every single time that I see something like this follows MMO player interactions. Is that you have two different people of two different
on a
factions that are
PvP server?
fighting,
Yes.
and now I guarantee you, when more people from his faction show up, now they're gonna start getting aggressive.
Yep.
I'm a bastard, huh? Yeah? Get out my face. Get out my face. Look at them. Look at them.
Did I have a hook shot when I was over here before?
Get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
Look.
They
Yeah,
don't
you
want the
gonna do
1v1.
something? Yeah? Come try.
See?
Come try. Yeah, get out. Yeah, okay.
It's calling him a fucking bastard in Italy. I think that's kind of funny. I just realized that this is supposed to be taking place in Italy, right? But I can understand what they're saying. English really has become the global language, hasn't it? If nothing else, we pretty much... I mean, they're a little more sophisticated in Europe as far as that goes than we are in the Americas, I think. I think more people in Europe know English as a second language than people in the Americas know English as a second language, I would think. But even so... Like, I learned Spanish, and particularly kitchen Spanish, just for the love of the swear words. Spanish has some beautiful swear words. And then I could, banter and with my coworkers and swear at them in their own language, which they appreciated. And we had a good fun. And we are good friends. But in Europe, you swear at each other in English, apparently. If you want to insult somebody and be sure they understood you in Europe, just swear at them in English. They'll know. In the Americas, it would either be English or Spanish. I would think. If you swore at somebody in the Americas, and I'm not talking about just the U.S., I'm talking about North and South America altogether. Yeah, if you pick your English or Spanish to swear somebody at, they're probably going to know what you're talking about. One of those two they'll understand. In Europe, everybody just understands English. At least to know enough when they're getting swore at. I'm pretty sure about that. I don't know. I'll have to ask some of my European friends, but I've definitely gotten that vibe off of it. Like, yeah, they know. But that's weird that, yeah, these guys that are of two different nationalities that are not Italian in the first place, and they happen to be in Italy, and they're having fucking words, and they're swearing at each other in English. Fucking bastard. I just think that's kind of funny now that I realize what's going on with that.
Oh my god. Let me see if I can find this. That's fine. You can't show me. What is this here? And then there's some organization. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Cameraman's just looking for a fight. I mean, I don't think that, like, I'm gonna keep it honest. I don't want to live in a place where there's a bunch of Fent zombies sitting around with piss bottles and broken bottles all around in public spaces.
No.
I don't want to live in that country.
Mm-mm.
I don't. Period. And so I don't give a shit about that. I don't care. Yeah, he's showing how it is. Yeah, no, absolutely not. It's outrageous. Is that different than your house? Yeah, because it's my fucking property. And also, there's no piss bottles, okay? Yeah, I don't do that. And they don't ever get they're out. No, it's not about race.
Yeah, I don't do piss bottle either.
From anybody doing this.
The bathroom's close enough. We don't need a piss bottle.
Crackheads in America that are white that are doing this, and I'd say the exact same fucking thing. It has nothing to do with that.
It's the behavior.
Like there's a degree where these people get defended more in Europe because there's a racial difference. Absolutely. But the real problem is the behavior. The problem is the behavior.
It's just the people acting
actually what it is more
in a crazy way. Yeah.
So yeah, Fent zombies need to go. Yeah, Skid Row is worse. Yeah. Well, I mean, then do you really want to see Rome turn into the same thing? I don't. Absolutely not. Yeah, so that's what I think. Let's see if I can figure out a few more of these. I'll look at them. Thank God Germany's no longer racist. I don't know what that is. Let me see here. When you wanted equal treatment, I can pretty much assume what this is going to be. How the fuck did people traverse oceans 500 years ago?
Oh, they died a lot. That's how. They probably died more than they made it.
Oh. That's a big one. Oh, yeah. That's a big one. Oh. Bro, if this sinks, there's gonna be a Happy Meal shortage for like 3 weeks. It's okay though, guys. These boats are really solid.
God, I hope so. Fuck that.
Remember that that cutting board from Temu that you ordered that's actually made out of cardboard? Yeah, it's not gonna make it, guys. The overnight delivery, they're not coming through. Sorry about that.
Shit.
These waves look like mountains. Yeah, again, nature is fucking insane. Like, bro, look at this. Oh my fucking god. Look at this. And so how did people traverse the seas back in the day? So you have to understand that if you go back and you look at the history of Hernan Cortez, Pizarro, Christopher Columbus,
like Magellan and shit.
These guys were relatively well respected and everything like that. But you have to also keep in mind that the countries that they came from paid the equivalent of tens or hundreds of millions of dollars to have them and all of their friends leave and to go what they think is to the other side of the world. Just keep that in mind. Yep, sacrifices, yes, exactly. And so, yeah, the reason why to India, yep, and if they're gonna fall off the earth, then die. Yeah, exactly. Think about how those guys were, right? Paid them to fuck off. Yeah, they got paid to fuck off. Yeah, I'm gonna pay you $100 million to fuck off. And that was it. They're going to India? Yes, there you go. And yeah, the way that most people traverse the oceans is they sank. I mean, you want to go to the bottom of the ocean, there's probably a bunch of fucking, ancient Viking relics down there and other things like that.
Oh, God,
and,
yes.
This just looks like bullshit.
All kinds of shit here? Like that.
And he's on the finding out now part. Oh, I already saw this before, didn't I?
I would dare to bet. I don't think this is actually a ridiculous claim. I don't have any basis for it. Maybe we can ask AI. But it would not surprise me at all to learn that of like literally all the gold that mankind, like gold, right? The precious metal. Probably all the gold that, how do you say it? Out of all the gold that's ever been mined ever in human existence up to this current day, over half of it is at the bottom of the ocean. I don't think that's actually a crazy estimation at all. Because, you know, of these ships transporting stuff from the old world to the new world and vice versa, I would dare to bet that probably to this day, there's more gold at the bottom of the ocean than we still have left that's been mined in total. I wonder how true that is. Like, yeah, I think the way I described it the first time was probably a good way to put it. Let's look real quick. I'm curious now. Give her a second here. All right, so how would we ask AI this question? Is it true that more than 50% of the gold that has ever been mined is at the bottom of the ocean? Really? No, the claim that over 50% of all the mined gold is at the bottom of the ocean is not supported by reliable evidence. The most gold ever mined, estimated to be around 200,000 metric tons, remains in circulation, primarily in jewelry, private investment, central bank reserves, and industrial uses, while shipwrecks, particularly from the Age of Sail, have scattered some gold across the floors. Spanish galleons carrying gold from the Americas. Yes, that's what I was getting at. Estimates suggest only a tiny fraction, less than 1% of mined gold is lost at sea. I don't believe that. Hell no. The gold that was on those galleons equals less than 1% of the gold that's ever been mined. I actually don't believe that. Ocean mining studies focus more on unmined gold deposit, not lost bullion. I don't believe that, because they probably don't have any idea how much gold was actually attempted to be shipped back from the Americas to the old world, because they fucking sank. So there's probably not very good records of how much actually attempted to come back over to the old world. Way more than 1%. I don't know, maybe my estimation of 50% is a little high, but goddamn, no way it's only less than 1%. No, I don't believe that. Yep, sorry. I'm not believing the AI on that one. I'm not sure if it caught what I was really trying to get at with that. But anyway, that's fine.
Yes, I did. And what's the rest of this year? Bob Dylan is dropped by his agency, and it's going to get worse. That's right. We already talked about this. Post got removed for a reason. It fits 90% of the sub posts. I didn't know which one was your flag, so I brought you all of them.
Oh, God.
The red one isn't for 2 years from now. We're saving the red one for Kanye's presidency.
What does that mean?
That's not gonna be happening for 2 more years. Bro, she got it early. Yeah, that's not for next season. Yeah, but I don't know what this is, man. Yeah, she pre-ordered it? Yeah, I guess so. Jump the gun, I guess. Yeah, there you go. Diddy for VP. I guess so.
Oh, God.
It's the Buddhist flag?
No.
Yeah, it's for Buddhism, clearly. And when you mix all the colors paints together, it's just brown? Well, I guess so, right? And saw a homeless person...
What? I can't read what it says. It's too small a print.
Oh, God. I just saw a homeless guy piss inside an empty Chuck E. Cheese cup and then drink it. What's wrong with America? Gentlemen.
You think that doesn't happen other places?
I'm so sorry that... listen.
I mean, I believe it happened here, but I believe it happens other places
no,
too.
Alcoholics use deodorant, and they also use rubbing alcohol, and they strain it through bread, for example. I know this because I am an expert in degeneracy. And mouthwash, yes. Oh, that's the one. Mouthwash. I'm at the same mouthwash. Listerine, yes. Chugging Listerine.
Oh, God.
And, yeah, there you go. And mouthwashing, yeah, I remember that. That was a good game. Yeah, there you go. That's a meth addict move. Well, there you go. And again, any of these drug addicts
are huffing paints.
They gotta help these people. I wish they would decriminalize doing drugs so these people could get help. Because I feel like a lot of the reasons why at least a good amount of these crackheads don't get help is they're worried about going to jail. And so, yeah,
I don't know.
I
don't know if that's really true or not.
Others, right? It doesn't work. Well, here's the thing.
Because they end up going to jail for other shit anyways.
Just decriminalize it. If they do too much, it's natural selection. Sorry. You want to be a crackhead? You knew the risks. You knew the risks. You knew it. You want to do heroin? You knew the risks. Everybody told you, but you thought you were special.
Yeah, it's not going to happen to me.
Well, that's natural selection. And sometimes they select themselves. It's accountability. Yeah, there you go. The risk is actual death. That's the way I see it, right? And life is far more complicated. No, it's not. Whenever you have crackheads ruining society, it's really simple. Get rid of them. There, that problem solved.
Mm-hmm.
You have a crackhead pissing in cup, drinking the cup, get rid of him. It's crazy how easy that is. Yeah, it's not complicated at all. Yep.
That does kind of prove them right for not getting help. That's the attitude that you have about it, I suppose.
And do you want to know why you make things complicated? Bureaucratic Karens. That's the reason. This is why most fast food places take 5 to 10 minutes nowadays. PSA McDonald's, bro.
Oh, I saw this on Facebook.
Oh my God.
I didn't really think this was that big of a deal.
Oh my God.
I had to do this before too. It sucks, but I mean, it fucking happens sometimes.
I'm talking about by herself.
Yep.
She's all
it sucks
by
ass.
herself. I was third in line, and then I got to noticing there's nobody else back here.
I respect her. Everybody
there's
does.
Nobody else.
Yeah,
there's
fucking
nobody
sucks.
else back here, right, sir? No, nobody. And she's working on multiple orders and doing the drive-through window. Absolutely not. By herself.
This is why you need. By the way, I really like this clip, and the reason why I like it a lot is because it indicates and it shows what I've been trying to say and tell people for a long time, which is the exploitation of labor that these companies engage in. The solution to this isn't better workers' rights, it's automation. It's Flippy.
Yeah, but now that person
Flippy
doesn't have a job.
All by himself for 23 and a half hours a day. And
sure, a person isn't getting abused, but a person isn't getting paid either.
What a workplace injury is.
Yeah.
Flippy doesn't have the word union programmed into his learning language, okay? He doesn't have any fucking idea what union is. He doesn't know union. He doesn't know workers' comp. He doesn't know overtime. He doesn't know anything. Toilet break, exactly. Yet? Well, yeah, yes, of course, right? And then whenever they start complaining, we just kill them. The robots. I'm talking about the robots, guys. In this circumstance. And so yeah, no, this is the reason why. And I'm really glad that we're watching this, because you see the exploitation of labor. And how much money do you guys think this woman's making? What do you give me some guesses, boys? Give me some
18,
guesses.
$19 an hour, depending on where this is happening at. Like realistically,
$12 an hour? I think
no more. It's more than that.
I think she's the shift manager, and they put her on salary so they can have her work 80 hours a week for $52,000 a year.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's worse than any of you guys can even imagine.
If there's only one person there, who fucking has the keys to open the
disgraceful.
store? So yeah, probably.
McDonald's, I love y'all, but y'all need to do by herself. She needs a raise. Hold on, let me zoom in on her face. She needs a raise.
She does.
I hope y'all see this.
She does, bro. Like McDonald's, like
And
somebody,
y'all know, this
somebody
is, y'all
send
got
this shit to
people who are in
McDonald's.
here working, and
Someone
she
send
needs
this
a
shit to
raise
McDonald's real quick.
immediately.
Yeah. Like they gotta get this to Ronald. Send this to Ronald McDonald immediately. Send it to Grimace.
Yeah, talk to Mayor
Send
McCheese.
it to the Hamburger. They gotta get her paid, man. Honestly, you know what they should do for her? They should put her through Hamburger College. That's the McDonald's Management Leadership Training Program, and they should have her be in charge of one of these whole fucking whole restaurants.
Well, she is right now. She probably already has been. No, they already did that, bro.
Do all the jobs.
Yeah, no, she's already doing that.
Put in the work.
What the fuck you talking
That's what
about?
needs to happen.
No, she's already doing
She
it.
deserves it. Yeah, franchiser. Yeah,
That
that's
already
what they need to
happened.
do right there. And JD, I've seen this 50 times. Let's see here. Parents charged after their son 7 is struck in a car accident. Police charged the parents with involuntary manslaughter charges after allowing the victim and his brother to walk home alone from a nearby grocery store. What? The parents at 7? I'm gonna look, boys. Like, man, I'm gonna just give y'all. I'm gonna give y'all like a straight up 90s take. Actually, this is the 2002 take. My mom. I said, "Mom, we gonna go down the woods," and she said, "All right." And that like wasn't
and that's
back
it
by sundown. It was just all right. And so you know, I go with fucking me, Cody, Jeff, fucking the other Cody, and then we bring their little brother Jordan. Jordan wasn't 7, he was 6. We were down there in the woods with snakes and fucking like in the water with rocks everywhere next to a junkyard. There's homeless people living out there. We're building forts. We see the homeless people. They see us. We bring the sword.
We never had to deal with homeless people, I don't think.
You know, that's it. And bro, this is it. And you know what, Jordan? All of them are doing great now. They're all doing great now. And these kids, well, I mean, I guess this one's not going to be doing great because he's dead. It's kind of not so good.
Yeah, I know.
But honestly, you gotta. I mean, like you gotta let your kids go out and do this shit. Like I was walking down to the store, walking a mile out of my fucking house. Like at 7, maybe not a whole lot, but under supervision I was, because I wasn't always the oldest kid in the neighborhood, right? I was like the 3rd oldest. And so like, I could go down to the 7-Eleven if Toby would walk me down there. And then later on, Cody and Jeff and Cameron could go down to the 7-Eleven if I walked them down there. And that's the circle of life. And now you have kids that are watching Coco Melon and they can't walk upstairs because their legs don't work.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to write their name. They can't do math.
Fuck.
They can't do math. They don't know how to do math. And I don't know what to say. What's Coco Melon? Good. Just keep it that way, bro. Keep it that way. And so anyway, soon it's going to be illegal for you to leave your kid in a room in a house. Well, no, it'll only be illegal. Actually, no, I'm not going to. Oh, God, that's a really bad one. Let's not go there. Anyway, let's move on. What is
I
this?
can only
the
imagine.
Tsunami cloud reaches Portugal coastline, excuse me. This is fake. This gotta be fake, right? This is fake. This is fake. This gotta be fake. It's just a cloud? Oh, I was about to say, because like I was thinking to myself, like if that is, like, I would be leaving, right? If that was water, I would be like, guys, I have
it's
to
too
go.
late. If you see that, you're
get out of
fucked
here
already.
because of the whole situation with the giant wave and people. Jesus Christ, bro, like that's a good one. And yeah, 3 days before, yeah, it'd be apocalyptic. Yeah, I guess so. And that's what happens, guys. Hey, guys. You didn't want to have your, you wanted to have your paper, your plastic straws, huh? You really wanted those plastic straws. Well, that's what you fucking get. That's what happens.
That's global warming.
That's fucked up, man. That's not a tsunami. It's just the rain and the wind. Well, it looks crazy. I'll tell you that. It looks really fucking crazy. I didn't even know what the hell that was. That was nuts. And let me go back over. I'll look at the rest of these over here, too, because this is a whole lot of shit going on. Let me see here. And the plastic straw is going to be... Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, I'm not using that paper straw. It's just nasty. Anyway, let's see. I already looked at this before. Massive arrests made for healthcare fraud. 324 arrests have been made.
Good morning, everyone. My name is...
let's see if I can look at this largest... I want to find it on YouTube just so it's better quality. Okay.
Doesn't happen again. There are mental health clinics, listen carefully, mental health clinics...
They brought him out. Oh, they brought him out. They brought out the wizard.
Who the fuck's that
That's
guy?
right. What do you expect? Give me 1 second. Okay, anyway, let's go back. I found this. Let's see.
Providing skin substitute placement on their patients. Again, you're dealing with ulcers in a mental health...
Let's see if I can find... where's the part that matters about this shit? Because I'm not gonna... I don't want to watch Dr. Oz talk about this whole thing. Where's the important part?
Well, good morning.
Why is every audio bad? Let's just watch this, okay? Let's just watch this one.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Matthew Gagliotti, and I'm the head of the Justice Department's Criminal Division.
This is as loud as it gets.
Thank you all for joining us today as we announce the largest coordinated healthcare fraud takedown in the history of the Department of Justice. Today marks a decisive moment in our fight to protect American taxpayers from fraudsters and to defend the integrity of America's healthcare system.
See, this is what I've been waiting on for a while. I've been waiting on this for a bit. This is louder. What's the best volume plugin Firefox?
I'm not sure why he has such trouble with his volume. Like on my computer, it's pretty much fine.
Okay. Where is it? Extensions? I'm sick of this shit.
We are announcing today charges against 324 defendants for their alleged participation in healthcare fraud schemes involving approximately $14.6 billion in fall.
Refresh. It's so annoying, bro. Like, it's so annoying.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Matthew Gagliotti, and I'm the head of the Justice Department's Criminal Division. Thank you all for joining us today as we announce the largest coordinated
Stop the
healthcare
music?
fraud
Okay.
takedown in the history of the Department of
Why is this such a piece of shit?
Today marks a decisive moment in our...
Why is this such a piece of fucking shit, man? Use old.reddit? Good idea.
There we go. Got some pieces out of that.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Matthew Gagliotti, and I'm the head of the Justice Department's
Good call, bro. Very good call.
Criminal Division. Thank you all for joining us today as we announce the largest coordinated healthcare fraud takedown in the history of the Department of Justice. Today marks a decisive moment in our fight to protect American taxpayers from fraudsters and to defend the integrity of America's healthcare system. We are announcing today charges against 324 defendants for their alleged participation in healthcare fraud schemes involving approximately $14.6 billion in false claims submitted to Medicare,
That's a lot of fucking
Medicaid,
money.
and other healthcare programs.
Holy shit.
If they
And to
did
take
it,
down this large,
they should be in big
I
trouble.
can't possibly describe all of the
Like
work
real big trouble.
that went into dismantling each scheme, but there are 4 key points that bear emphasizing.
Okay, let's get it.
First, let me be clear about what these healthcare fraud schemes mean for every hardworking American family.
Well, it's more money you gotta pay on your insurance. It's more tax money. It's more everything. Yeah.
These criminals didn't just steal someone else's money.
Stole everybody's
they stole
money.
from you.
Yeah.
Every fraudulent claim, every fake billing, every kickback scheme represents money taken directly from the pockets of American taxpayers who fund these essential programs through their hard work and sacrifice.
That's right.
And when criminals defraud these programs, they're not just committing theft. They're driving up our national deficit and threatening
37 trillion, by the way.
The long-term viability of healthcare for
So bad.
seniors, disabled Americans, and our most vulnerable citizens. This enforcement action involves the seizure of cash, as well as luxury vehicles and properties, returning real money to American taxpayers and to our government healthcare programs. Second, we are seeing a disturbing trend of transnational criminal organizations engaging in increasingly sophisticated and complex criminal schemes that defraud the American healthcare system.
We have to figure out a way to create a disincentive for these people that is extreme enough to where they will be afraid to do this.
Yeah.
Because I feel
Clearly,
like the
whatever we
problem
got
is
going
that a
on
lot of people
right
with,
now
like, a
isn't
lot of
scaring
these
them off.
white-collar crimes, they don't really get any, like, nothing really ever happens to them, right? And so because nothing ever really happens to them, they just keep doing it. No one's scared to do fraud? Well, I'm not saying necessarily death penalty, right? I mean, I'm not saying not. I'm just saying you gotta do something.
As part of this takedown,
Yeah, you
identified
gotta make
and charged
people afraid to
defendants
do it,
operating from
to even
Russia,
think about it.
Eastern Europe, Pakistan, and other foreign countries.
Yep.
These individuals have infiltrated our healthcare system to steal American taxpayer dollars.
Yep.
As just one
So those
example,
call centers.
we dismantled a scheme involving a sophisticated operation run from Russia and Eastern Europe that strategically bought dozens of medical supply companies in the United States and submitted more than $10 billion in fraudulent healthcare claims to Medicare.
Oh my God.
To make matters worse, these perpetrators used the stolen identities of more than 1 million Americans.
This is one of the really big components that a lot of people don't understand as a second order effect of a lot of crime and especially illegal immigration, is that identity fraud and identity theft is one of the prime drivers for a lot of identity fraud and identity theft is illegal migration and these types of systems.
spanning all 50 states to perpetrate this scheme and submit these false claims.
That's it. Supply and
I'm
demand,
pleased to report that federal agents intercepted and arrested key members of that organization at U.S. airports and the U.S.-Mexico border, cutting off their intended escape routes. The days of transnational criminal organizations using the American healthcare programs as their personal piggy bank are over.
Thank God.
Third, this takedown resulted in criminal charges against 74 defendants, including medical professionals who fueled America's deadly opioid crisis.
In my opinion, if you are coordinating with foreign interests and foreign people in order to defraud your government, I think that's treason.
Oh, I still don't have Sun's on. God damn it.
I do. I think that's treason. And why don't we do that? Why don't we do that? Why not? Why can't we have a little bit of fun?
Yeah, foreigners are actively stealing our money. It should be like
I'm just saying,
punishable the same way treason is, because it's effectively the same thing.
For personal profit. These are not isolated instances of poor judgment.
Yeah.
These are calculated schemes designed to exploit Americans struggling with addiction while enriching the very people who were duty-bound to help them heal.
Of course.
We charged pill mill operators who prescribed unnecessary opioids. We dismantled networks of corrupt pharmacies that existed.
Well, you've got to keep in mind that, like, one of the reasons why they're prescribing a lot of this stuff is because these doctors get kickbacks. And as long as the doctors continue to get kickbacks and rewards for this, this problem is going to continue to grow and get worse. So if you really want to stop this problem, you have to cut off and you have to turn off the faucet. You have to look at, why does the system that we have create these outcomes? Because it's great that we're going to get these guys and hopefully they go to jail and hopefully they get punished.
Yeah, but if you don't change the incentive for why they did it in the first place, just other people will do it.
It's winning the battle. I'd much rather win the war, is what I'm really trying to say. The problem is the policy that creates an apparatus for this to continue happening. Because it's not like this is going to stop happening tomorrow. Even if there's a high punishment for it, people will still do it.
It's solely to distribute drugs to addicts and dealers.
Do I get my tax dollars back? No.
Feeding the addiction crisis that has devastated so many American communities. This is not healthcare. It is a staggering breach of trust.
Yep.
And under my leadership, the criminal division will prosecute these criminals as aggressively as we would any drug dealer. Because that's exactly what they are.
Treason. Do treason.
Fourth,
it's just a
many of the defendants charged as part of this takedown specifically targeted our most vulnerable citizens.
This is a very common thing, and people might not be aware of this. I learned about it from, I think, a Mark Rober video, is that a lot of scam callers, they know old people are retarded. And because of that, the first question they ask is, are you over 65 years old? And if they answer yes, then they continue the call. And if they answer no, they just hang up. Because they assume if somebody's like 59, well, they might know how computers work and this just isn't going to go anywhere. That's it. It's sad as fuck. Exactly. And again, guys, we're getting back to basics with this. If you watch a lion chase down a pack of gazelles, do you want to know the gazelles that get left behind? The ones that are over 65 years old comparatively. That's
or the sick ones.
And the ones that are disabled.
Yeah.
That's the reason. This is straight fucking nature.
Elderly Americans in nursing homes.
Just survival of the fittest, right?
Those battling serious illnesses and more.
That's what I said.
For example, our prosecutors charged 7 defendants, including 5 medical professionals, in connection with approximately $1 billion in fraudulent claims to Medicare and other healthcare benefit programs for performing medically unnecessary skin grafts on dying patients as they were seeking to spend their final days with dignity and peace.
Post the names, get them out there, publicize the
trials. Put the receipts out.
I mean, for thousands of years, we have had public executions. I'm not saying that we should bring them back, but I'm saying publicizing people getting punished is a really great advertisement
for not doing it.
Things wrong.
Yeah. If you know people are getting their ass kicked for this, you're going to be a lot less likely to do it yourself.
Great again. Listen, I gave you my idea, okay? I think they should bring back crucifixions. And by the way, I'm completely not kidding. I think they should. Now, I don't think it's going to happen, but I think it should.
That conduct is exactly as callous and disturbing as it sounds.
Yes.
Patients and their families trusted these providers with their lives. Instead of receiving care, they became victims of elaborate criminal schemes. Today's takedown marks a historic day. In addition to the tireless work of our Fraud Section's Healthcare Fraud Unit, this extraordinary effort would not have been possible without the law enforcement agencies with me here today. Health and Human Services, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the Drug Enforcement Administration. And of course, countless partners across the federal, state, and local law enforcement community and dozens of United States attorneys' offices.
Yep.
Thank you to all who made today possible. Now, despite these historic achievements, we aren't resting on our laurels. We're making advancements to stay ahead of their criminals and their illicit schemes. That is why today
See, this is the thing, is that a lot of the people that do this stuff, like, you're probably never really going to cut the head off. Because, like, the people that are really, really good at it will usually be able to get away. But the middlemen and the people that are like the real executors for this stuff, like the people that are actually performing the actions, those are the ones that you can keep getting over and over because they don't have the same level of like innovation and technological savvy in order to cover their tracks.
Yeah.
I'm also announcing that we are working with our partners at
the guys at the
FBI,
top of these organizations
HHS,
get away, but all the other guys
federal
are patsies,
agencies
basically.
To create a healthcare data infusion center to revolutionize how we detect, investigate, and prosecute healthcare fraud. These efforts will be led by the Criminal Division, specifically the Fraud Section's Healthcare Fraud Unit, and comprised of data specialists from the unit's data analytics team. The Fusion Center will break down information silos using coordinated data analysis to enable our investigative teams to quickly identify and dismantle emerging fraud schemes.
Yeah, these guys are like, the thing is, if you invest the energy and the time into this, you can solve this problem. The reason why this problem doesn't get solved is because, honestly, the main reason is just simply because the government doesn't really have the time or the energy or the funding to do it. They can, of course, solve this problem if they want.
Preventing money from going out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Today's enforcement action represents the largest healthcare fraud takedown in American history. But it's not the end. It's the beginning of a new era of aggressive prosecution and data-driven prevention.
Feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Feels really fucking good. And so now they have the time. Well, now they're probably getting different funding and they're having their goals reallocated. I'm not sure exactly the reason why. It's hard really to say, but I think this is a great thing. I'm very happy about it, and I think everybody should be. I think it's great. And so hopefully it continues, right? I mean, I guess we're going to have to wait and find out. But right now, I'm very happy about it. 100%, man. And but no arrests? No, they did make arrests. It says massive arrests. No, people did get arrested for this. It already happened. Yeah, no, exactly. Like it. Yeah, it's
like
already
300
happened. That's
people.
it. And where the fuck is the rest of these? Let's see if I can find it. And Poland civils is guarding the borders now because Germany is sending their illegals. Wait, what? MAGA sniper starts fire and kills 2 firefighters in ambush shooting?
Yeah, this was fucking weird.
I saw a little bit about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull this up. This was crazy. This happened earlier today.
Yesterday. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, take a look at this.
Come on, get up here.
Paul Moore, thank you very much. I'll ask you to stand by here, but we want to bring in another one of our guests. This is the president of Delta Consulting, Bernard Zapper. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. I want to get your thoughts, your insights now as we're watching a very active scene unfold.
Yeah,
this is a dangerous scene
right?
where we believe at this point in time we haven't gotten any updates from authorities.
Killed 2 firefighters.
There are possibly
what fucking idiot kills
Who the fuck does that? Yeah.
More than one shooter there in these
cops, like, it's bad, but at least I could kind of understand that in some way. But firefighters, why?
Disturbing recollection.
I mean, I've said before,
what kind of beef you got with firefighters?
You gotta, how many points on the graph until we can make a line here? I think gun ownership should be 21. I do. I think it should be harder for people under 21 to get guns. I feel like so many of these people pop off whenever they're kids. 25, maybe, yeah.
By the time you're 19 or 20, you have the savvy to figure out how to get a gun if you really want one.
During the Rodney King riots, where
so I don't really agree with that for that reason.
Sniper fire.
Just doesn't make any sense. It's not going to do any good.
During the riot.
Psych evaluation?
You know, secondly,
maybe.
This is a really difficult tactical problem, right? They have an evolving fire. It's a wildland fire.
So they tried to shoot Trump?
To stop that.
There's another sniper?
Obviously, a person who's taking an advantage of a sniper position is complex unto itself. Being in a rural area adds a really difficult layer to it, and it's a big challenge for them. They're going to break this up into 2 key components: protecting the fire service as they deploy, with tactical elements from law enforcement that have an awareness of where snipers would want to take a position. Of course, a sniper could be anybody who's shooting at them.
Yeah, it could be anybody. Yeah, exactly.
Somebody who's trained as a sniper. And then the other thing that's...
You're dead wrong about making it legal age to own a gun. Read the Second Amendment. Shall not be infringed. You can't own an automatic weapon. That wasn't in the Second Amendment. Like, you can't just go and buy one from the store in the same way you can with a shotgun. Like, you can own one, but there's, like, extra barriers to that. There are tons of barriers that you need in order to own certain types of firearms and certain types of weapons. The entire idea that you should just let anybody buy a weapon with no restrictions is retarded.
Yeah, it is. You don't want crazy people having super dangerous
the
stuff.
The location itself. I mean, obviously, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho is the center of white nationalism in the United States. It doesn't mean this has anything to do with any of that, but our nation has had some experiences there that are unique. And I mean, just the thought that comes to mind is the trespass of fire service could trigger somebody that has a really extreme idea of what that means. And so all of that's in retrospect. Right now, they have to stop this person, whoever is shooting at fire service or whatever they're doing. Incredibly large tactical problem, but they will resolve it. And just to pray to the fire service who have lost their lives in this so far, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a heartbreaking situation, but still an ongoing and dangerous situation. There's a lot of people that are rushing there to that scene to try to get this under control. We're talking about a perimeter that is expanding, and also suspects that, as of yet, as far as we know, have yet to be apprehended. What does this mean for the manhunt?
Literally every argument that I'm reading that's against what I'm saying is retarded. I just want to let you guys know, like, I'm reading some of these. They're just literal retard arguments. You're wasting your time.
I wonder what they're saying.
Going forward.
Well, the first thing is your most valuable intelligence is going to be law enforcement and the community itself, because depending on the density of where this took place, meaning is it really rural, is it somewhat urban, that's going to really determine the amount of information they have, because they're going to know, say, in a particular area, you've got 5 landowners, and there's 4 residences on this spread out area. Law enforcement is going to make contact at every one of those properties. They got to make sure those people are safe and alive, but they also want to find out if their hostility is coming from any of those locations. So they have to eat this elephant one bite at a time.
This is also like, you know, we can have arguments about Second Amendment all day, but I think that this is more importantly a mental health problem. Because the fact is, my dad said that people used to bring their shotguns and leave them out in their car whenever they went to high school.
Yeah, so, when I went to high school during hunting season, guns everywhere. Everybody had a shotgun in their truck.
There should be common sense gun laws.
Nothing ever happens.
You should be able to own a gun for sure.
People even got in fights in the parking lot.
There should be some restrictions,
fisticuffs,
for sure, and some guardrails for sure.
Grabbing a gun never occurred to anybody for any reason.
I still think that. But the other thing is that.
And it was fine.
Even with all those problems, you're still going to have crazy people that get guns. And the issue is that we don't take crazy people seriously anymore, and treating crazy people like crazy people is seen as inhumane. But the problem is that allowing crazy people to run wild is
actually,
to the actual people that behave like humans, not those animals. That's the reason. So the issue is that it is actually inhumane, but it's inhumane to everybody else around them that's being shot and killed and terrorized by it. That's it. Who considers what's crazy?
If you're doing bullshit like that, you're the crazy one.
On that.
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty simple, right?
It's usually not that hard to come to that
I'm
conclusion.
sure that some people that aren't crazy would get locked up in institutions. I guarantee you that would happen. The same way as some people that aren't guilty for murder get locked up in jail for murder. Sure, of course that would happen. But does that mean that you shouldn't have a system at all that works on a regular basis? Of course not. Chibi, thanks for the 10 subs. I appreciate that. It's worth the risk.
Very quickly, the main thing is eliciting information from the community and local law enforcement to start zeroing in on the possibilities of this and just breaking it down. And that's unfolding. In terms of the fire suppression, obviously, if they're going to a new area, and
they got a little forest fire to deal with, which is why they were there in the first place.
Yeah, they just cut his ass off. And let's see if I can find it. So this is so they killed his ass.
We begin this morning with a Fox News alert. 2 firefighters killed and 1 injured in an ambush while responding to a brush fire in Idaho. And we are now learning officials found the suspected
killed himself?
dead.
Hey.
Problem solved.
He did one thing right.
Weapon also discovered near his body. We are going to bring you the very latest on this investigation throughout the morning.
Meanwhile, our other
What's the matter
top
with you?
story over on Capitol Hill in just a few hours. The Senate set to kick off a vote-a-rama.
Who the fuck kills firefighters?
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. Like,
Jesus.
what would the rationale be? Just because they have anything to do with the government? Like at all?
Good morning to you. Good morning to you all. And I'm Carly Shimkus. And we begin this morning in Idaho.
Actual
where
sicko, get him out of here.
We said 2 firefighters
that for
killed,
us.
and according to officials, at least 1 other firefighter is still in the hospital after being caught in the crosshairs of gunfire.
The Kootenai County Sheriff giving an update overnight on what they know so far.
Yeah, we believe, based on the information that we've been able to collect, that we believe that there was only 1 shooter. We do believe that the suspect started the fire and it was intentional. There are law enforcement personnel that are up there, and we will.
Fuck you. God damn it.
It's really sad whenever something like this happens because, like, it's like now as a firefighter, I mean, you're always going to be a little bit more on edge whenever you're working. And, like, so instead of your head being 100% in the game, it's like 95% in the game.
I don't know why this is such a problem.
New fear unlocked, exactly.
There we go.
Continue it tomorrow morning. This was a total ambush. These firefighters did not have a chance.
Yeah, I should have just
Former
jump
homicide
slash.
detective and retired chief of detectives Brian Foley joins us now to discuss. Brian, great to have you here in person.
Morning.
What are investigators doing right now to, 1, figure out why this happened, but 2, to make sure the area is all clear, make sure that there are no booby traps left behind?
Yeah. Well, so what they want to know is what you said, the motive and the act alone. So right now, cops are applying for search warrants for cell phone records, computer records, search warrants for his residence, vehicles, everything.
DeviantArt profiles,
to search his body.
probably a furry.
It's a good move that they did move the body. There'll be an autopsy. The autopsy is going to go a long way of the suspect to determine whether or not he acted alone, and this was in fact indeed a suicide. Gunshot residue on his hands. If he pulled the trigger himself, if he killed himself, that'll show the closeness of proximity of where the barrel of the firearm was to his body when he killed himself. That'll determine whether he acted alone.
Oh yeah,
the motive. That's somebody shooting. Most of the motive is going to come out of the search and seizure warrants. Based on his footprints and social media, his footprints on where his cell phone was, where he traveled. Very interesting investigation. I think it was a great move for them to move the suspect's body prior to the fire getting to him, because that kept your GSR, your gunshot residue, with him in the autopsy to determine whether he was indeed a suicide.
That's one of the ways that they can tell, by the way. So, like, if you, well, one of the ways that the police can decide whether a person is able, like, shot themselves or was killed
Yeah, they can determine that
the,
just kind of like
I think it's like
where
the gunpowder.
Yeah,
like
just
there's
the
residue that like
or the
bullet
exhaust
leaves.
from it.
There's blood
like
splatter. Yeah, sure.
where it
I
ends
just don't
up,
know
you
enough
can
about
figure
that,
out
but I know about that for sure. The
how it happened.
trajectory. Yeah, powder burns exactly.
The call was placed by a Kootenai County deputy while these events were unfolding. Listen here.
Any day now.
Do they have it?
We don't have that, but I will say what he said. We have an emergency situation taking place in the district area. There's an active shooter at a fire. There's potentially 2 battalion chiefs down. If you put yourself in the perspective of these firefighters going to an emergency situation completely unaware that these events were going to be unfolding with a gunman gunning them down. So do you think this person that was found dead near the scene started the fire, shot these firefighters, and then shot him?
He and his parents are Trump supporters? Well, okay. Do you think that, like, now I'm like, oh man, oh no. Wait, one of our guys did this? Wait, I think he's innocent. Guys,
No.
I think he's innocent. Oh no.
If he did the
He's
bad
a guy
thing,
that
then
agrees with me
he did the bad
politically.
thing.
That
Like,
means he didn't actually do the shooting.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
right.
Well, oh my God, no, he got set up by the deep state. It's George Soros paid him to make a false flag to make Donald Trump look bad, so he's gonna make everybody transsexual and gay. Go back to Twitter, you fucking retard.
That's literally exactly shit I've seen on my Twitter feed, by the way.
In
Like,
Western New York, a very similar type of situation.
he's not
The
even
guy set his house on
exaggerating.
fire,
People
set
actually
his
like
car
say
on
that
fire.
kind of shit.
He shot 4
It's fucking
firefighters
ridiculous.
upon their arrival, fatally killing 2. This is a very eerily similar situation. Fire departments, when they're responding since 9/11, have been extra cautious, but they're really not looking for this. But I can tell you,
Now
these
they
are
will
first
be.
responders killed in the line of duty. You'd think every investigation is handled the same. It doesn't
Would've
matter
said I
who
got
the victim is.
more
But
Triforce
we all know the
pieces
truth
out of
is a
that,
little
but no.
different. When you kill a cop, when you kill a fireman in the line of duty, all the resources are coming.
You pull aggro. Like anybody who played GTA knows that.
Federal, local,
Yep.
state, and they're all going to be pushed into this investigation. They'll be able to determine very quickly as to whether he did act alone and what that motive was. If there's a manifesto, hopefully kicking around somewhere that'll tell us why he did what he did.
To that point, we had a similar tragedy in Connecticut a few years ago that you know all too well. In that instance, it was police officers that were killed in Bristol, but it was an ambush. It was an ambush nonetheless. What leads someone to ambush any first responder like this?
Mental illness.
They're triggered, all right?
Yeah, like,
That's
especially
what it
in
is
that
every
case,
single
like,
time. I
there's
think
no,
all of the
like,
people in
other
all
reason
of
I
these
can even
shooters
think
are
of.
mentally ill. And I think actually a lot of the gang shooters are also mentally ill, but the mental illness they have is manifested differently. So, like, really, and this is the problem, is that, but I think that we have a tremendous amount of leeway that we give to people who exhibit symptoms of antisocial violent behavior. And I think that the problem is that if you don't socialize those people and you don't hold them accountable for their behavior, they turn into Carmelo Anthony's, or they turn into this fucking retard, right? That's it. We're in an extreme global mental health crisis. We are.
Yeah,
This
no,
is a
that's for
massive mental
real.
health crisis. And also keep in mind, this is happening in Europe too. In Europe, they're using guns and cars, or sorry, knives and cars, but they're still doing the same thing. This is something that's happening all over the Western world. And I mean, I don't know what's happening like in, China, right? Who knows? But like, I know that in Europe, this is a problem. In America, it's a problem, etc.
It's because people don't
They
have
just
to
ban
actually
guns. Well, then people just
face
drive cars
consequences,
through,
or at least it's perceived
you know,
that way,
crowds,
which
like in
emboldens people
Germany.
to do bullshit.
Like every month, there's somebody who drives a car through a crowd.
Because there's
in
not enough
Germany.
examples of
Like,
people
yes, obviously,
getting
and also, by the way, I'm not going
held
to
accountable.
I'd rather run the risk of getting shot and be able to protect myself with a gun. The only people that want to ban guns are people who think that they're never going to need to protect themselves with a gun. If somebody breaks into your house, the only thing that you can do is protect yourself with a gun. I know you might think that you're a kung fu master, but when 3 guys show up and one of them has a bat or a stick or something like that, and it's at night and you're not ready for it, you're dead, man. You're dead. There's no way that you're gonna come out ahead unless you have a gun. It doesn't matter if you're Bruce Lee.
So now something happened in their life for them to get triggered. If you look at what happened in Bristol, they got pulled over by the cops. So what happened in this man's life to make him want to go after firefighters? That's odd. I always think sovereign citizen.
That's a very strange one.
That lives in remote areas like that.
Unless they're just
a sovereign citizen, they're too young for that. They're only. Didn't it say this person was only 20 years old?
Yeah, like most sovereign citizens I've seen are generally a bit older than that. I mean, it's not to say, especially if this happens to be a particularly sort of anti-establishment area of the country, which apparently it has a bit of a rep for, then maybe. But, I mean, why set a wildfire to lure out firefighters specifically so that you can hunt them down? Like, yeah. What did firefighters specifically do? Because if you're just anti-government, I mean, there's similar situations that you could have set up that just the cops would have responded to. Which, again, like, to me at least, like, it seems like cops in general would have more of a target on their back from crazy people like that than firefighters would. That's just really odd. Either that or this person was anti-government, viewed the fire department as, you know, government adjacent, so they're free game, and they would be the easiest pickings, because or something like that. I have no idea what this guy's motivations would have been. Like, if you don't like, I mean, like, if you don't like cops, you don't like cops. I would see it happening more with cops than, like, emergency services like EMS or firefighters. That's just strange. I think I'm going to leave it there for now, because this is a developing story, so pretty much whatever we would see after this, I mean, that's just the gist of what happened, right? And then we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm getting sleepy now, finally. So I'm going to make myself something to eat and go to bed. And we'll probably, well, we'll see what tomorrow brings, I guess. But yeah, I think it's probably good for now. I just want to get caught up on some of this stuff here. I mean, who knows? Like, I don't know if there's any other news I saw on Twitter that he didn't talk about yet overnight. So that's probably good enough for now. Just to see what that's all about. So yeah. With that said, thanks for playing. See you next time. Till then,